we think when we're faced with the impossible, it all of a sudden becomes possible.
It
Have
does.
you ever noticed that?
Yeah, I figured you'd want that one. Whichever one you want. I figured you'd want that one, but I could be wrong. Am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Sometimes the things you never thought would happen, all of a sudden, just kind of happen.
So you weren't at the Guns N' Roses show last night. How come?
He's not talking to me.
Jimmy!
Oh my God!
Finally!
Sam Roberts!
Look who's here!
Travis! Troy!
My God!
Oh my God!
The survivors.
Yes.
That's why I've been so quiet this first part of the break,
Yes.
because we knew we had. Scott came up to me last night. I saw Andrew Moss last night, and he goes.
Rolling Stones don't gather him.
Fuck yeah!
Oh my God!
Fuck yeah, they don't. Oh boy, are people going to be disappointed in this reunion?
This is not what we were expecting.
No, it's not. But it couldn't have worked out better. It's going to be 2 hours and 40 minutes of Chip.
Oh no!
So we got the approval. I found
Yeah.
out last night at the show from Andrew, and then I saw Scott, and he goes, "Okay, Anthony can come in."
It's awesome.
The first thing I did, I literally got the approval. I didn't check security. I just texted Ant, "Come to our," like I was like a fucking, like, you're the girl who's finally gonna fuck me, so I'm driving over at midnight.
And it's just amazing how things change, because right after that, you know, Scott came over to me while you were in the bathroom, and he goes, "We good?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Anthony tomorrow, Cumia tomorrow?" I was like, "Yep." And he
Yep.
goes, "Great."
Great.
Yeah.
Good.
He was psyched.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so
Very cool.
security
3
hadn't
years in the
been-
waiting.
It's been a bit, yeah. We wanted you just to start talking to start the show.
Yeah.
But security hadn't been told yet, and that's what this whole 45-minute holdup was we just had to get Scott.
No signal had been sent.
No shock jock was permitted in.
Oh, yeah. Security at the desk in the front, they're pretty good.
They are.
They, because Keith came with me, of course, Keith Maresca, and like they give him the pass, and then they're typing out. They got my ID, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna need a supervisor." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
those computers, they get you every time."
They keep records, don't they?
They do keep. I thought it was just gonna be like if the wanted poster's still on the wall, there's a problem, but it wasn't, so I thought it would be okay.
Do you know what I thought of doing? I thought this occurred to me on the way in today.
no.
I thought, like, maybe Travis
Shooting
should...
yourself.
No, that occurred to me when I got the yes. I thought maybe we should put Anthony Cumia with an
Oh
N.
my God.
And then that way they'd see the name. They'd be
They
like, "Oh,
wouldn't- it would-
misspelling."
I
It wouldn't.
thought of that. Can we make it a little cooler in here, Troy? I turned the heat on when I came in.
Oh well, when I walked in. Oh my God. Yeah. So we were down there for a little while, getting the security thing taken care of, and then we got the word, and I took the elevator up with Roland.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got to speak with Roland a little
So
bit.
what's your
Wow. Holy shit. There is some. Oof.
Yeah. A little chat with Roland, did you?
Oh,
Catching up?
boy. And
didn't
what's his
take
name?
long,
Paul,
did it?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roland and Paul.
Paul came down to get you?
No, Paul came down to nonstop tell me how shitty everything was for so long. It was fantastic. He really, just venting.
Did Paul let it all out?
Oh yeah.
You're like, I haven't even made it past security.
No,
yet.
I'm in the lobby, and this is already.
I'm not upstairs.
Oh my God! And Roland just,
Yeah,
fantastic.
Roland's
Yeah.
a good small talker because he always has to hang out with people outside.
Yeah.
So when Roland is like in an awkward moment, he just kind of spills his guts.
It's a lot of guts.
Sure is.
It was great. It was great.
So it took you an elevator ride and a trip in the lobby. Do you feel like you're fully acclimated back here? You've now got just more gossip than you know what to do with.
Yeah. I got all the gossip. I'm up to speed.
Yeah.
I'm sitting, pretty much where I used to sit.
Yes.
And I'm in. A lot of work being done up here, though.
Yeah.
I see that? Like, there's nobody back there. Ah, look at that.
We should, of course.
I see all friendly faces.
Everybody wants to say hi.
Everyone wants to say hi.
How you doing?
How are you, Paisan? How's everything?
There he is, Dennis Falcone, getting
Nice to see you.
weirdly
Denny
close.
Falcone.
Oh,
It
Denny,
is very weirdly
Ant
close.
not sure if he should hug or
Yeah,
handshake.
I didn't know
or-
what I should do
Yeah.
there. A
Denny
hug or
didn't know what
handshake.
to do. Every once in a while, his autism will rear its ugly head.
Every once in a while, 24 hours a day. Oh, that's great. You know, just the other day on my program, I had a shirt that I had to change, and the only one was a Dennis Falcone shirt. So I
saw
wore
that.
that.
Your house burned down?
Yeah. It was, and your face just right there on the shirt.
I saw
That's the
that.
same
That
thing
was really
Chester
nice.
Bennington was wearing.
Too soon.
Oh, that's sorry.
Good.
Oh my God! Yeah, Lincoln Park guy, right?
So what,
no,
what is-
that's terrible.
What do you think of the new studio? You
Yeah,
have
you
been back
haven't
here.
seen it.
It was a different color. I mean, it is really. I find insulting that you are one of the guys that helped make this studio into something
Absolutely.
important. And not only do they throw you out, they do construction so that your position no longer
It no
exists.
longer even exists.
Yeah.
Yes, there's no way anybody could sit there. Well, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
changing the sanitas in here. You know, the logos on the wall.
Well,
Sanitize?
yeah.
No one knows what that means.
I don't know what that. You could have just said the
Sanitize.
logos.
What's he say? Sanitize. I'm going to bring you gifts.
Home run, Chipper.
Thanks a lot, then.
Home run. Yeah, wallpaper, sanitize.
Right, no, got it.
paneling.
I don't know what that
So,
is.
yeah.
Logos on the wall would have worked.
But
Yeah.
you like that they hung your jersey up.
I like that up in the rafters.
Right, right.
They raised that the old T-shirt up into the rafters. I'm very happy about that.
Now, when you see, when you're on the outside, because I remember, when you first got fired, you were watching the construction happening, and it almost felt like, because I would watch your show, and
Yeah.
it felt like you were it looked like it was such great stuff because you weren't here. Now that
Yeah.
you're in the room.
Yet nothing's been done.
No,
It looks pretty the same.
Literally paint on the wall.
Yeah.
And a different console.
That's right.
For the most part, but just color-wise, really.
And the rugs. Do you recognize the rugs being different or no?
Oh, really?
Oh, you know?
No, I noticed nothing.
Oh.
Travis is behind the glass still. It's
So
just,
normally he's laying under it.
Sitting on top of it.
no, it's familiar, and I see Jim Norton back behind the board.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a weird thing, but
Yep.
it's funny because I'm so used to seeing Anthony on my left, which no one's ever said that before.
Oh, that's true.
But usually I sit where Denny is, and Anthony would be on my left. So seeing you across, but it's
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
that odd, I guess, because I've seen you so many times on the in the Chip podcast.
Yes.
Looking at each other across, it
Back
becomes
and
more
forth.
normal.
And it was easy for you to go over there. You just had to turn the stool over. See, because
I liked it, my hiney.
Yeah.
You know what he meant, Sam?
oh, Denny.
Yeah, no, I knew. Yep.
Oh, Denny, what happened? They ripped all your stuff out over there, Dennis Falcone.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
are
let
you
me-
based?
Wait till you hear this. Tell him, Denny. Tell him he don't sit in a cubicle anymore.
No, he kneels in one.
wasn't rock.
I'm in an office now.
It wasn't rock and roll enough. You got an office?
I got an
Wow.
office.
Is it office or is it just Les Nessman tape?
There's two other people in there,
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a third of an office.
Oh,
but I still have a door,
That's right.
even though it's a glass door.
That's right.
So
Oh, did you put up pictures of family and friends and rock and roll memorabilia?
I have some pictures in there.
Yeah.
I have some things.
Any prized possession?
I have a,
You and Keith Moon or something?
No, I have a picture of Sonny Bono with me.
Oh, I wish you had fucking. I wish you had. I wish you had an appointment on the slopes with him. I couldn't get that one out fast enough. I just wanted you to die skiing.
That's
Yes,
right.
of course.
Right, I got that.
Of course.
Right.
Well, a prized
I have
possession.
some old Opie and Anthony bumper stickers.
What?
T-shirts. Oh,
Yeah,
I have
I've
a bunch
seen
of
those
stuff
things
too.
pop up.
Yeah, I have weird like old O&A fucking like these giant banners. I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything. When they're the cartoon characters, when you
Yeah,
guys like
yeah.
the animated things, I'm like,
We, I guess the other day, they were cleaning up and found a bunch of stuff, and Iraq sent
Oh,
some stuff over.
The Nagel was cleaning up and he was trying to give it away on his radio show account. Like,
Yeah.
it was like the office stuff for your radio show was prizes on his radio show.
Oh boy.
That's bad.
And then he got caught. And so then he sent stuff to you. I think that's how it worked out.
Yeah. I didn't. I didn't even want it. Like,
Of course
I'm
not.
not a guy that's like, oh, I need that memorabilia or any of that shit. I'm the move on guy.
Yeah, you certainly are.
move the fuck on. Oh,
I saw Ant the day after. I remember. I want to say it was the day after you got fired. It was like the July 4th party of
Yeah,
2014.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you all right? I thought it was you. There was like 100 people at your house, and you're like, I'm gonna do it from my house, and like you were fine.
yeah,
Like,
that
you,
was
you
it. It was
recover
just,
immediately.
Like, yeah, you had to just kind of move on
Yeah.
after that. I was pretty disappointed
Yeah.
that I got the boot. It's a fun gig. I mean, coming in here and sitting with the likes of James Norton,
Yeah.
and just laughing our asses off on a daily basis was a great gig.
Yeah.
You don't,
And,
have to, you don't have to build shit. You just come
yeah.
in, you laugh with your buddy, and
That's
you go
it.
home and you get
go home.
money.
I'm not on a roof. I'm not
Right.
swinging a hammer.
Right.
And then that goes away, and you're kind of like, oh shit, now what?
Were you scared or just kind of bummed?
Bummed mostly.
Yeah.
But then when me and Keith started building up the whole compound thing, it was scary because there's so much. Like for years, all I did was show up,
Right.
and sometimes I didn't even do that. but it was one of those things where it was like, fuck, this is now I got to deal with certain things, and I'm not
You're
used
the
to
boss
it. Yeah,
at the place.
so to speak.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for fucking Maresca, though, he's the enforcer. Because I'm the guy that's like, okay,
Right.
all right, whatever. And did that for 20 years. And it was, and Keith is the guy that'll get on the phone and be like, hey, prick, fucking, something isn't working. Well, we're fixing that. No, fix it.
Yeah.
Like, I need that kind of an enforcer kind of a guy. So between the two of us, over the course of the years, we really built something pretty cool. So
It really is cool.
Yeah.
Especially like when you look at it now, it's only been 3 years.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like an entire network with a bunch of shows, and it's got like you got a legit beautiful space in the city.
yeah,
that,
in the city, it's like it started out. Yeah, me and Keith in my basement.
Yeah.
and 3 years later, it's really it's
a legitimate
studio and
thing.
Legit.
It's really
It's just it's very cool. We got a lot of things happening too in the fall. Some big announcements to be
Yeah.
made. Oh
Is that
boy,
right?
Yeah.
Can we get any hints?
Gonna be pretty insane. So,
Oh.
but I don't want. Oh, Keith,
hold
now
on.
look, see what I told you.
Hang on, Keith. Jim is not the quickest on the board.
Oh, boy, he's all potted up.
Pot it up.
The whole gang's potted up.
Usually Jim has to count out loud when he's turning on the microphone.
Right.
I do.
Now remember, you did sign a non-disclosure
I
before
did.
you came in today.
Keith made me sign a non-disclosure agreement
For
my own company.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be like, oh, he's got to sign a non-disclosure.
No.
No.
But yeah, coming the end of August, we're going to make an announcement. We do have a co-host for Anthony Cumia.
What?
Contract is signed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Yep. That's going to be the big announcement.
it'll be
One of them.
August 21st. We're going to announce it.
And,
August 21st.
Denny, you don't want to just admit it now?
No, I can't.
You're the guy.
The Anthony
Lawyers.
and Denny show, and you know how long we had to argue over whether it was going to be the Denny and Anthony show?
Denny and Anthony actually sounds better. He's like,
Denny
no,
and
it sounds
Anthony.
more like Opie and Anthony. Denny and Anthony. There's a Y in the Anthony.
Yeah, and then
Yeah. we're only announcing it August 21st because he actually doesn't get paroled until I think October.
Okay. All right, so
Yeah.
August 21st, the announcement.
Well, let me ask this. Has this person, does he currently or has he ever worked at or for Sirius XM?
Currently has or had. He might have.
that's good.
He's been in the building.
Good answer.
Okay, all right, that's
Oh,
something.
wow.
That's something.
Yeah.
He's been in the
Yeah.
building. Okay,
that
all
could be
right.
a lot of people.
Well, yeah, no,
OJ. Oh, he would be a great co-host.
He sure would. You'd have a lot to relate to.
Let me give you some pointers, Anthony. I'll tell you where you slipped up.
OJ and Anthony and their conflict-free lives.
Yes, conflict-free. Did you watch the his
No,
probation hearing?
I forgot about it. I was doing so. I think I was in the gym actually, but I saw it on Drudge when I came back. I totally
Nice slipping that in, by the way. I think I was at the gym.
Yeah. I think I was getting a pump on.
Yeah.
I incorrect. I was cruising in the locker room. Yeah, no, I forget what I actually forgot that he was doing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I slipped my mind.
I went right back into 1994, baby. I was locked in.
Didn't it feel like that again?
Was
I
it
love
live? They were
watch-
showing the video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I never thought they could even do that. Like, I thought a parole hearing, because you'd never see anybody's parole hearing on television. No one cares. But OJ is just fantastic. So seeing him sitting there and talking, it brought me right back
By the
to
way,
the old days.
Especially what a disaster the OJ trial was, being televised to the entire justice system.
Yeah.
You would think they would not televise anything else OJ does in a courtroom. Right?
But they just know people want to see it. And they did, you know.
Yeah.
When I was watching that, seeing OJ, like I said, it brought me right back to the mid '90s, and he is just stupid. He's still very stupid.
Yes, right.
He can't. You know, I'm a huge fan of Columbo. The show Columbo.
Sure.
And the worst thing anyone can do on Columbo is talk too much.
Oh, my God.
Because it's always like, I just can't understand how they came in through the window when this, and they're like, well, obviously, Lieutenant, he came in here, and you're like, shut up, don't tell him anything. And OJ's sitting there, and it's like, well, I walked in, and he had a gun, and I'm thinking like, OJ, this is your fucking bro, shut up.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Say you're
Right.
sorry.
Yes or no, say you're sorry. And he couldn't blame himself. It was one of these things where everyone else was to blame. And it was, let me tell you something. I had nothing to do with trying to get my memorabilia back. And he blamed the entire room of people.
Well, they're all a bunch of assholes.
Wow, everyone
They're all
but
a bunch
him.
of- yeah, exactly. It was that, and I'm watching this just going like, oh my God, shut up, OJ. But then they let him out.
Yeah,
They did.
Well, they paroled him on. I didn't know that they paroled him on the other ones too. So
Right.
they did kind of seem like they were going to, and like 9 years for that type of thing is probably
Yeah,
enough.
but he killed two people.
Yeah, he did.
See,
That's not what. Actually, he's responsible for the death of the two people.
Oh.
In a civil sense.
in a civil lawsuit, he was responsible for the death.
But he's not actually guilty of killing them criminally.
Yeah,
You
isn't
see?
isn't that hilarious?
It's great.
Oh,
Which-
Jesus.
which-
And he wants to do a podcast.
He should.
He wants to do a webcast and maybe a vlog.
A vlog.
Yeah.
I would watch OJ's vlog.
Yeah.
Who the hell wouldn't?
I'm like, who wouldn't want to watch a vlog?
No. Oh my God.
I would definitely watch it. I mean, it's easy to say I wouldn't, but I'd watch it.
Right, you'd
watch
have
it.
to watch that.
Yeah.
Were you watching? I was watching the CNN feed of it, and you know they took a.
Did they talk about how Trump was responsible for OJ killing those people?
They did. When they took a break though, and then they came back to explain their verdict.
Yeah.
You know, they I don't know if all the feeds had it, but they had OJ live, and his mic was on, but he didn't necessarily know he was live.
Oh shit.
And it was like he didn't say anything terrible, but it was amazing that after a murder trial, after an FX series about what a piece of shit he was, after a 10-hour documentary about what a piece of shit he became, and 9 years in jail,
Yeah.
he was still life of the party, owning the room.
Oh yeah.
OJ, host.
When you saw him, they said he was 90 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That one is like, oh yeah, well you're 90, and then he's like, oh, she's like, oh 70. He's like, well, I feel 90, and the room's like, give it up, let's give it up for OJ. One more time for OJ.
You might recognize OJ if you ever scooped a throat off a walk.
Somebody also pointed out that like the parole officers or whoever makes those the judgments, I don't know what
Yeah.
they're called. One of them was wearing a Kansas City Chiefs
A
tie.
Chiefs tie.
And they were like, OJ didn't technically play for the Chiefs, of course, but just that he's that big of a football
Right.
fan is a little
Is a
odd.
little odd,
It's a
right?
little
Yeah.
weird.
You would think, yeah, if he had a Bills tie, that would really be a problem. I was thinking, was there any instance, because I don't know football from a fucking, was there an instance where the Bills maybe got defeated at some point by the Chiefs? Was
Oh,
he
no,
trolling?
He said
OJ?
he just wanted to keep the mood light.
Oh, did he
Yeah,
really?
when you have a
that's
murderer when you have a murderer in the room that you're releasing to the
Yeah.
public, you want to keep a
Let's
good
keep the
light
mood light. We don't want people to start thinking of the people he almost beheaded. Who wants to think of that bummer? Hey, I don't want to be the mayor of Bummer City when we have this double murderer here.
Look, I got my little tie. Why didn't he have one of those bow ties that spin around like Pee-wee? That would have been great. We're going to allow you to get a...
Not a parole hearing.
No.
OJ's parole hearing.
OJ.
The people that throats were slit were
Yeah.
almost beheaded.
Yeah.
That's how bad
It was a bad one.
I guess the Browns and Goldman family was a little upset.
Fred Goldman
about
is
that. Fred.
just so upset.
How many times does he have to get that upset in his life?
You know,
Wait,
he's
was he
watching it.
upset again on publicly, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
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 You
Well,
know,
like,
he's watching it. Like, what the fuck?
how do you let this motherfucker out? It's got to be infuriating.
Yeah.
You know this guy killed your son.
Yeah.
And there he is, like, constantly getting a break. I
Yeah.
mean, 9 years in prison doesn't sound like a break, but when you kill two people,
Yeah,
that
it's a
ain't
break.
bad.
It's a break.
That's a break.
It's one of the great. If you're convicted of murder,
Yeah.
it's the best case scenario.
Oh, my God.
But it's rare that you get away with double murder and then fuck up over a signed football.
Yeah.
Like, what a
Only
dope.
OJ.
Now,
Well-
doesn't he owe money to the two families? in the
Every
civil
dollar
suit?
he makes, they get.
So
Except
they
for
say it's
pension.
up. They
Except
say it's
his
up
pension,
to 50
which
million
is
now.
which is where all his money comes from, the pension. But as far as, because think about it, OJ could sell some crazy memorabilia.
Yeah.
Like he could just sign things. I picture an assembly line of like football helmets that he just puts on, takes off, puts on, takes off, and he signs it, worn by OJ.
He could sign knives and people would buy them.
but could you
OJ
imagine?
signed knives.
Do you think
People
that
would-
would be, do you think people would have a problem with that?
They'd have a problem. You know what, though? You'd have a hard time finding people who would sell it. Like, legit
Yeah,
sellers.
yeah.
Like, it'd be hard to get people would be...
Memorabilia sellers are scumbags.
His
a lot
stuff
of them.
doesn't do that well. OJ stuff does not do that well at memorabilia stuff. He
Yeah.
does okay.
You
Yeah,
don't
it
think
really doesn't.
Steiner Sports would sell a knife?
Yeah.
Oh
He'd
my
sell,
God,
He'd sell blood from the murder scene like it was dirt from Yankee Stadium, just sprinkling it into picture frames and whatnot.
Yeah, we get a piece of blonde hair matted to it.
As long as I get to hear the Rivera cardboard mitt story again.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh Jesus! So, you know, when he was growing up in where was he? Where was he?
Panama.
Yeah. Well, he used to use a piece of cardboard taped to his hand as a mitt. That's how dedicated
Why
he
not
was
a glove? You didn't like that story?
Oh, I liked it the first 3 times, maybe.
Yeah, he did tell it a lot.
I just kept telling it.
But they said, that, you know, when OJ was first going through his trial, they used to, you know, he was locked up, obviously.
Yeah.
And they would bring pieces of footballs, not like full footballs, but just like panels.
Yes.
And then, no, it wasn't deflated. It was just the leather panel. And he
Would
would
they squirrel him in, rolled up their ass? Is that how they get him into the joint?
They put him in a cake. But he would just sit there signing football panels, like
Wow.
panel after panel, and that's how he paid
What a
for his
brilliant way to
lawyers.
do it. And then you put the panel, you sew it back onto a football.
Or
It's
they-
such a smart way to do
Or
it.
they bring the number of a jersey,
Yeah.
have him sign the number, and then sew the number on the jersy.
I never would have thought of that. That's such a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to get full footballs in.
Into the joint.
Holding them under your arms.
Up your ass. Your problem would be it would keep falling out. It never ends.
It just rings true every
Pick
time.
right up where we left off.
And boy, I got to say, in the next couple of weeks, let's just say we might have pre-taped. I just want to say that there is on one of the upcoming Chipper podcasts. Wow, is there a barbaric line? Wow.
That is so much fun, man.
Holy
I look forward to doing those, Jimmy.
it's so
much
great.
fun. We laugh our asses off. I love doing it. Yeah, last night was a lot of fun.
Yeah, one is out Sunday and then one's out the week after, but there was a
Oh my God. Yeah, oh yeah. And again, right back where we were. Like that's exactly.
When did you stop being mad at Sirius
Uh,
as a company?
About 8:40
What
this
time
morning.
is it? No, as a company, after a while, you get some perspective on everything that happened, and you could kind of step away and look at the overall picture, and you're kind of like, yeah, all right, I see what they did here.
And it's probably easier that your network's successful. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
look at it from
that's
lens.
another thing. Like I have complete freedom to do and say whatever the hell I want at any moment, and that's proven because I've recently been kicked off of Twitter.
right.
My Twitter account is permanently suspended So I went with at Anthony Cumia XYZ.
How did you get fired from the thing that got you fired?
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, I never got suspended from Twitter for writing the stuff that got me fired from here.
Yeah.
But then I got suspended from Twitter.
Twitter was cool with it.
Twitter was fine.
They weren't here.
Twitter's just gotten weird. Like they've done that to a few
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they've gotten very. They've just changed their. I guess
Yeah.
the bigger they've gotten, they've kind of just changed their MO. Or whatever.
I was actually sticking up for my good friend Jimmy Norton.
That's right.
There was an article written by some slob, and
Oh come on, he still works here.
Oh,
No, he doesn't.
wow! Falcone!
That was in the chamber for a long time.
Oh my God, Falcone! Oh
Mic
Jesus!
drop.
That was a good one.
Yeah, way to go, buddy.
Fucking
Yeah.
Denny doesn't play games.
Yeah,
No, he doesn't.
some witch. She wrote some article about Opie getting fired. And,
Yes.
and her take on Jimmy and myself on there was wrong. So Jimmy was like, "You wrote something cordial."
I wrote, Madam, your article was poorly researched because she said that like when Anthony got fired, that frequent guest Jim Norton was brought on.
Yeah,
like,
frequent guest.
Like, not that you have to know the whole history of the show, but like you understand that I wasn't just a guy that they chose. But all right, you'll sit in Ant's seat. Ant was never replaced.
Yeah.
He was never replaced.
I mean, the show was named Opie and Jim Norton, or
Opie
and
with
Jimmy,
Jim
or
Norton.
Opie with
Yeah.
Jim.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, depending on
yeah, Jimmy wanted.
Well, depending on, I remember at one point the show name I believe changed 4 times in one day. But
Holy shit!
Yes,
it was I was out of town, and so I wasn't here looking at all the gossip and just looking at Twitter and just watching the name
Like,
change.
what is the
throughout
name of this
day.
thing?
Oh yes, I
Great.
was having a meltdown, screaming at Paul, but I was trying to erase my name off the fucking television screen, off all this. What do you call those things?
The Chiron?
No,
No, the wall.
Oh, the
wall.
Sanitez.
Sanitez. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sanitez.
What? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Fuck
Sanitez.
yeah.
Wallpaper.
They do that Black Magic Woman song.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
God damn!
I've been
He gets it all wrong.
I love it. So I decided to write something a little more direct to her.
Yeah.
As you tend to do.
Yeah. I said I said that what's more it would be more embarrassing than the article you wrote to be, and then I wrote something about a fat tranny looking man woman with period red
You're very
blood
descriptive.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very-
It was just awful.
Period.
Period blood red hair.
That's like
Because she was one of these fat girls that fucking dye their hair red. Like
now-
that bright red. So it's like, look at me. Oh, someone comments on my hair every day. Of course they do.
because that's the change that needed to be made, right? Your
Oh,
hair
yeah.
color.
She just looks like a fucking zit ready to pop. Big fat zit. So she, I guess she got mad, and her little followers got mad and reported me, and Twitter saw that. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't say she was. I said the story would be as embarrassing as if you were that.
Not to say you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
They didn't
You're
buy
like
that.
Spider trying to talk his way out of it. No, I thought you said
No,
Spider.
no. What am I on a fucking pay me no mind list?
But
Yeah.
yeah, Twitter's gotten fucking very. They've axed a lot of accounts, and they've fucking. They're just.
Yeah, if you think it's a forum for open discussion, Twitter, you're out of your fucking mind.
No, it's
It's not. And you know, they have rules, and if you break them, you're banished. And the fucked up thing is, it's been built up into a thing that everybody has, and you have your account, and then they can just take it away from you, and you're kind of left. I had this weird, like a lower version feeling of when I got fired.
really.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd had that account for years, and
it's a medium you use to talk to your
the-
people.
yeah,
feeling
I
of
had
your
all the
voice being taken
followers
away.
and stuff like that over the course of 10 years or something like that, and then it was like it's gone, and you're not in the club anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, they could really fuck with you with this whole thing
When they can
And that's what
remove
they
your
did, yeah.
your social voice, it's a weird
Yes.
thing.
It really is, because they make it so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, this is important. You check it every day. You're commenting. You know the people.
Have you written them? Sometimes if you write them and present your case.
Yeah, I said, hey, you fat fucking blood red. No,
Oh, that's probably not the right way to do it.
I didn't. I didn't do that. No, I'm going to wait a little while and see if I can get
see if you can write 'em.
But that's their-
reinstated.
That's their trick. Like they spent years making it so that people, especially in entertainment, were reliant on them.
Yes.
And then they go, oh, by the way, you can't say anything bad about anyone that we like.
Yeah, we're just going to pull the rug out from under you. I'm going to start my own social media thing in my basement. See how that works. Hopefully it'll catch on.
You just call it Twit.
By the way, yeah, I hope that Twitter thing works because I was thinking about filing a complaint.
Oh.
Because I got a whole bunch of angry replies from people who were upset with me because somebody named @Anthony Cumia XYZ was complaining on Twitter that I didn't follow them yet.
Yes. Yes, I was very upset at the likes of Sam
Do
Roberts.
I follow you? I think I wasn't
Yes,
sure if that was
you
you.
do.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
that
well,
was you
that's the problem. Once I got suspended, permanently suspended, which is exiled, it's fired from Twitter. I was fired from Twitter. The imposters swooped in. The imposters.
Oh, no.
Anthony Cumia, they put the same picture I had, and then it was just awful stuff, on there. And I'm like, who's going to really believe that? I see people that used to follow me following the imposter. Like, no, you idiot. And then they're like, how do we know it's you?
Were you asking who's going to believe you were posting awful stuff?
Well, true. That should have.
Fucking Travie.
Yeah, why don't we just stop?
Look at him go.
Home run, Travie.
By the way,
Happy anniversary, Travis, by the way.
he's known now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I know, but we do move forward.
Yes.
And he is now known as the Travis dog.
Oh, of course.
I think that went away.
No,
No.
it's still here.
You don't think I don't know that? Everyone knows that.
Still very popular.
He's the Travis dog.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He's the only one that the fans still like is Travis Taft.
Just give it time.
And where, pray tell, is the E-Rock?
Well, E-Rock is in charge of our channel,
Operations manager.
but I guess he's a.
Operations
No,
manager?
he's in.
No, he's the operations
California.
model for the game.
Oh, jeez.
He's
belly.
he's in
my God.
Comic Con.
Yeah, somehow he's managing our channel from San Diego
From
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Now, is this a show-related thing? Will he come back with all
Puppets
kinds
and
of
dolls and everything.
dolls? Yes,
Toys.
puppets.
Puppets.
The hell? Puppets.
It's always a smart career move when the show that you're on gets taken off the air, and you're like, but I'm still going to Comic-Con though, right?
And you go, yeah.
That's...
Like, I want to get as far away from here without crossing an ocean as possible.
So is that what he's doing right now? He's in Comic-Con. Do you think he's doing all like work-related duties?
He's doing duties, I bet.
I
Whether
bet he
they're
is.
work-related or not.
He probably lets himself go as far as snacking.
In-N-Out
Comic-Con
Burger.
trips.
Do you think he
Oh, yeah.
cheats a
In-N-Out
little?
Burger.
He cheats a little on
Oh,
his
yeah,
diet?
He's on the West Coast,
Right now he's gnawing through a belt.
That's all right. He'll be back next week.
Next week.
Oh, no, wait. He's going to another Comic-Con.
What?
Yeah,
Another
see,
one?
I thought too when he became the full-time channel guy.
Yeah.
I was like, great, we'll start having E-Rock on the air.
Yeah.
And get updates on the channel and stuff. And I was like, when can we get him on the air? And then the guys told me, they were like, well, you can't. He's in San Diego. He's at Comic-Con.
Oh, my God.
We don't
Why
need
is he? Why would he do that?
We don't need coverage from Comic-Con.
It wasn't Sirius that sent him?
I think he's collecting stuff for the It's Eric Nagel show.
Oh, okay. Well,
Right.
as long as it's professional, a professional trip.
Right.
He came over to my 4th of July party,
Hey.
which was great.
Yeah.
Because it was the party was way too up and fun and happy.
Oh, I see.
So he came in and evened it out a little bit.
Did he?
Brought everyone down a little bit.
Guess I didn't get the text for the party.
Oh,
check.
Falcone hits again. Stop the fight. Stop the fight.
Don't start that open invite shit either.
You have an open invite. Shit. Either. No, we were talking, actually. I would love for you to come on my program.
You
And,
said face wrong.
Boy, you couldn't get that out quickly enough, could you?
I'd love for that to have been an actual conversation that Ant and Keith had. You know, Keith, you know what I'd love?
You know what
For
I'd
Dennis
love?
Falcone to come on my
We
face.
were talking about Falcone and how he should come on the show and maybe spin some hot wax
I'd like to do that.
on the program like you used to on our
Yeah.
program. Yeah. We should figure that
Have
out.
some fun.
Do a little party.
Yeah, I came to your house the night when you got fired.
When
I was there.
you were there.
Yeah, I came about midnight. Remember that giant fat guy who you didn't know where he came from?
Again, he's just reading Comic Con.
Florida. He's from Florida. We all know he's from.
I was going to go with. I just rode up with him in the elevator. No,
No, don't. He'll tell on you.
No, that's right. We just. I just took a video of him in the bathroom. We were laughing. I posted it. He loves it. He loves that. No, it was. Yeah,
You didn't know
you were
who
there.
it was.
Were you? You came to a party of mine and actually spun
Right.
music.
And then the police came.
And the police came, right?
Yeah, we
yes.
had a good time.
What, Sting was there?
Oh, yeah, he was singing.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. That was nice.
Rock fan.
But you were the perfect host. It's like, "You
Yeah,
want a
yeah, I
burger?"
try.
Yeah.
You want a burger? That's the perfect toast. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
I tried to get Denny for my party. I did my first get together July
I
3rd.
saw that.
I did invite you. You were unavailable.
I know. I had guests at
Yeah,
my
you had a
house
whole week
at the
long.
time. Yeah, yeah.
But I tried to get Denny to spin at mine too, but he was already booked.
I had a gig.
Your house, your place looks gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it looked very nice. Everybody seemed to be having a lot of fun.
Yes, I would love you to come over.
I would love to.
You should see it with the outdoor camping chairs in the living room, like any good party has.
I saw the pictures. Yeah, yeah. I thought you were going to spark up a fire right on the floor there.
I threw them out right away though. I didn't.
You did?
Yeah, because
How
I didn't know where to
wasteful.
put them.
Yeah.
I know, $15 a pop.
Should give them to some homeless people.
I didn't
Well, they
take
do
it.
this.
They're always
sit there.
sitting on everything.
Why the cops always moving them along anyway?
What did you have? He has the old folding chairs?
Yeah,
The,
those folding chairs on like sticks with the covered in canvas. They
Yeah.
got cup
Yeah.
holders in
like
the
Bill
arms.
Murray was sitting in St. Vincent in the backyard.
I have no idea.
I don't know what
You
that
never
is
saw that
either.
movie?
No.
what that is.
Oh, that's
we
a
do
good
we do
movie.
movie references 24 hours a day.
You don't know that one?
And that isn't one of them.
St. Vincent.
it's a
was
more recent
good
film.
movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's more recent.
I'm not into his recent movies.
Bill
that,
Murray.
That was a good
Yeah.
one. No, that was a good
What's
one.
it about, Denny?
He was a fella who lived in Brooklyn, who was an I guess a drinker and a gambler, and
right
out,
there.
went out with prostitutes, and he had a stroke, and then he was sitting in the backyard. Melissa McCarthy was in it too.
Sounds hilarious.
It was a good
Jesus.
yard. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. And he was sitting in the backyard singing a Bob Dylan song, and he was sitting on one of those chairs. I thought you would have known, so you would have been
After
able
his
to
stroke,
jump in.
what was he singing? Knocking on heaven's door. Hey, get it? He had a stroke.
I thought it was a good movie. It was set in Brooklyn.
Oh,
We
okay.
already
It was
said that.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
I love when Dennis gets earnest. When you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds hilarious. And he goes, it's a good movie, okay? It's a good movie.
It was set in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Not far
He's,
from the Gowanus.
He's got a little more gumption than he used to.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Danny don't take any shit
No.
anymore.
I like it.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
Like that fucking Paul kid. He don't take any shit.
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
Yeah. 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 Well, Paul likes to he likes to let resentment build and fester.
Yes, he does.
Inside of
Man.
his body. And
Well,
then,
he was in the perfect place.
Yeah.
A lot of resentment
Yeah.
to bubble over.
Yeah, no forgiveness had been sent. Yeah, he was very upset, Paul. So you got an earful in the elevator, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. It was. I was still kind of, just, oh my God, I'm actually gonna walk out of the elevator and be up here. It's kind of a
anything-
weird thing.
Well, the lobby's very different now, right? Or did you
Yeah,
go through-
totally
Oh,
different.
right.
Redesigned and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, that was it was very beautiful. But then coming up in the elevator, I was like, oh boy, I'm really walking into this fucking place. 3 years, it's a while.
It's
you
a
know?
while.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you like, what? How are they going to react? Because it's weird that you'd be like, find out last night that you're welcomed back.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
as soon as you get here, it's like it's going to take 45 minutes to get security clearance.
Yeah, I didn't
Are you
know
worried
that
that
part.
there's like snipers in the lobby
Right.
just waiting for you to come up?
But it was just, I even apologized to Anthony too, because we got, we've been trying to get Anthony as a guest. I've been fighting for very hard.
Yeah,
for-
yeah.
And they finally just all of a sudden out of the blue just went, yeah, okay. He can be a guest. And I was so eager. I just texted, but they hadn't talked to security. And I was apologizing
like
to
an
Ant.
excited little boy.
I was so
He's like,
happy.
yay! And then just not making the arrangements.
Yeah.
to, I don't know. We were having a party.
I-
Why?
but he said okay.
He said.
You said he could come.
Yeah, but Roland really did the right. Roland. I panic emailed Andrew Moss and Scott. I wrote important.
You wrote important.
in the heading so they would look at it because they might not recognize my email address.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh no.
I got a text from Jimmy last night, and it said, "What are you doing at 8:00 tomorrow morning?"
Isn't that like a fun way to like? I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
But wait
I
till
know.
I didn't know if he
invite
was in
you.
town either. I wanted to surprise him, but I didn't know if he was. You
But
never know where.
Yeah.
You wanted the big news to be in the follow-up text.
Right,
Like you wanted a
yes.
little bit of pomp and circumstance.
So I just said, I wrote back, I said, calling into the Jimmy and Sam show. And then he goes, no, coming into the, woo. So then I decided to stay in the city last night.
I was afraid to send Ann a text going, dude, come in tomorrow, and having him go, I can't, I'm away. I was like, oh, fuck.
You feared the rejection?
Well, I
No,
do.
I would've said bum.
I did have to juggle my schedule a bit. I was supposed to go to John Sahag today to get my hair done.
Well, now you can just sit on it after this show. I'll peck off.
I'll pack up.
Any comment?
I just said you stayed in the city last night?
Yes, I did.
You didn't bring your camera, right?
You know what I love about Denny is that now he's like on fire a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's gonna keep attempting until
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, no.
I
no,
like it.
No, only if it's right.
I
mean,
like
I'm,
it.
I'm working
He's
with
got moxie.
working
Yeah.
with two professionals here.
I like that.
That's
He
right.
did it. See, he did it
Did it
again.
again.
He did it again.
Oh, no.
He nailed me that time.
He did.
Yeah, he got me.
Two professionals.
He got me good.
No, I've kept my photography to Long Island. The nice neighborhoods. The nice neighborhoods of
Keeping the
Long
nice
Island.
neighborhoods.
Here's the worst part, boy. Monday morning, they're just going to hate me and Sam again.
Oh yeah, this is nice. Guys,
Monday morning.
Don't get those expectations.
It happens. I mean, look. I know I'm probably the only one that doesn't get any hate on the internet.
You don't, but you do. Oh.
Although my favorite of all time is Tranpa. That's one of the
Tranpa.
funniest ones. Yeah,
Tranthony's funny, too.
Tranthony's funny, but Tranpa was one of the, like, I read that, I'm like, fuck, that's hilarious.
You're an old man.
Right.
Who
And
likes
I could be a
trans
grandpa.
people. Right.
And then it's like, I've had friends that are of transgendered, and then I'm Tranpa.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they,
How did you skip a generation that you're more tolerant to trans people than you are to black people?
Have you ever been robbed by a trans person?
I have. If they stole my dignity. They stole my old views of myself.
Holy shit.
Face down in the pillow. They took the old Jim Norton and put the new one in.
Ah, Christ.
Yeah,
And then I'm apparently going, oh, what's that?
The names are funny. The trap pod made me laugh.
And then I'm
out loud.
apparently going broke. I'm spending all of my money on Compound Media. Keith is bilking me of it. Keith, did you hear the latest one? We fired the cleaning staff because we couldn't afford it, and now we have Garrett and John and Allie cleaning up the studio.
Really?
Yeah, that's
good.
the latest
I think that's
one.
the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Fucking
the latest one.
Rule of an iron fist.
Yeah, it's so fun.
So this co-host announcement
Yeah,
coming
oh,
August 21st is going to be very lackluster if you got no cash.
That's just it.
That's the problem.
We had to really go down on the scale of people. Okay, I'm going to announce it. It is Bobo.
Oh wow.
He's been here.
Oh no, he's
I
gonna
would
believe
actually
it.
love that.
How great.
He's going to believe it.
Oh no.
Anthony, who do we got as a guest today?
How great would it be if on announcement day you announced Bobo as a joke? Didn't tell the audience at first, but
Yeah.
also didn't tell Bobo.
Didn't tell Bobo,
So
and he
Bobo and
thinks.
the audience found out at the same time.
Oh my God, that is a joke.
It'd be great.
Oh Jesus! And then we just leave the window open for him to jump out of. I really thought I was the host here. Oh God!
Oh, I okay. He was trying to play it off, and he just wouldn't be able to.
Oh, okay. It's funny. It's really funny. But can I get paid anyway?
Was Bobo your biggest win in the Opie Anthony
custody
divorce?
battle?
Yeah.
Big A.
I got Big A, and I got Bobo, and I think I got a little bit of Stalker Patty, but didn't Patty?
We've had her come
She
in.
did both.
Yeah, she did both. She was like, joint custody. She
Yeah.
recently retired. Did you hear about that?
From Starbucks.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
came on my show and she announced her retirement from Starbucks. I get a pension check and I get a pound of coffee every month or every week, I think.
Really?
Yeah. I said she should set up a little coffee thing for cheaper than Starbucks
Right.
right in front of a Starbucks.
Undercutter's coffee.
Well, she should stack them and try living in them. After 8 years of fucking coffee things, you get a little house. A hovel!
live in a hovel.
Yeah, she's come in. Patty's come in.
Yeah.
No one's heard from Pat from Munaki.
Oh,
though.
Pat was on my show like last week, wasn't
I
it?
miss Pat.
Last
Oh, so
week,
you got Pat, too.
he kind of co-hosted, and it was great. It was hilarious. We went over his whole will, his father's will. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God, it's fucking tragic.
Oh.
His father, remember he was searching for his father for so many years, and he finally like found out who he was and where he was and everything, because his father ditched him when he was like 6 months old or something, or a year old. So his father recently died. Somebody, a relative said, hey, check the newspaper out. That's your dad. And it was, whatever his name is, Philbin. And
Regis.
he was Regis Philbin. And he was a guy that was in construction, an iron worker and stuff like that. So the will comes out. And I guess a lawyer had sent Pat a copy of the will. And there was one line in the will that said, for reasons known to myself, my son, Pat.
I have intentionally.
Oh, you have it. Yeah, read it.
For reasons known to myself, I have intentionally not made any provisions for my son, Patrick Philbin, in this, my last will and testament.
That's in there.
Oh,
That's not even like I forgot to put you in or didn't put you in. It was specifically put in to not give him anything.
What a piece of shit.
Wow.
And so he'll never have the answer as to why that's there?
Maybe someday he'll have the answer,
What a
on
piece
the
of
other
shit.
side.
In heaven?
In heaven.
Oh, I see.
Where he rejoins his toes.
What a cruel guy.
That is
Wow.
the most brutal fucking thing you could do.
That's a fuck you to the mother or something like that. That's got to be something like that.
Yeah, Pat speculated that, Pat has this half brother, and he bilked the father out of some money, and the father was under the impression that it was Pat that did it. And that's the only thing Pat could think of the reason.
I was on the road with Kenny one time, and we were getting contacted by Pat from Munaki for money. And Pat, this is true.
Right.
And I was going to give it to him. And then Pat said, and again, I'm going by, I think Pat said it was his brother. It's
Yes,
not me.
I remember that,
I believe that's true. So possibly, maybe he did. Okay, maybe he did think it was Pat.
That could be. That's the only speculation
Some
that
weird
Pat had.
shit happened. And that's
still, it's just like, oh, God, that's brutal.
Maybe he thought Pat stole from him. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
that's terrible. Poor Pat.
What a bummer.
Or
Like
maybe
it couldn't, it just continues to, poor Pat is right.
Even after he died, the father just had to stick him one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he thought that. Maybe Pat thought that, and the guy thought Pat stuck him first.
Yeah, but I mean, it's your son. You got to, and you should look into that maybe and see really who screwed you over before you just, in death, fuck the guy like
Yeah,
that.
just decide.
Oh, you just leave and not even give the answer. For reasons known to myself, it's like, oh.
No provisions had been sent.
Good day, sir.
And then the most important in the divorce, we did get Sandy Kane.
We got Sandy Kane
We
also.
got her too.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
By the way, I've seen her every night.
Sorry to hear that. Oh, in bed.
I'll bet you wake up
screaming? What did your wife say?
Fucking
Yeah.
hell of a threesome you got there.
And we did almost kill her the day that I pulled the chair out.
That is true.
Chris Gethard,
Yeah.
his show's coming to True TV.
Yeah.
And the promo that they play is a clip with her on the show.
She's getting.
Oh.
I didn't know she did a show.
That's why she stopped emailing us.
But they're playing it like every half hour.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going to be famous. No, she's not.
So if you don't want to see Sandy Kane, don't watch it.
Yeah. That fucking
Wow.
Times Square. Ugh.
You don't like it?
She's there and the guy.
There's worse things that have happened in Times Square.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that's another thing. Like, I've been fired from Times Square, and then people got run over and stuff like that. And
All right.
I walk through there because sometimes I do. Actually, tonight, 5 to 6 tonight, I'm doing Tom Shalhoub's radio show on Fox News Radio.
Oh,
That's
that's
fun.
That's great.
Yeah. Tom's great, man.
like it.
He's a blast. But when I do Kennedy's show sometimes on Fox Business News, and then I walk to my studios in the 30s over there, and I have to go right through Times Square, and I'm just I recite how angry I am out loud. Ugh, look at this piece of shit as they're walking by. Because it's loud and no one can really hear you. No one pays attention to any individual conversation.
What are you so mad about?
Yeah, well, everything.
Okay.
People, yuck.
Yeah.
It
and
really
they're
is
all,
a cesspool.
The tourists, the friggin' Mexicans dressed up in their Elmo costumes. Oh,
Yeah, it really is a cesspool. It's not New York's
terrible.
best.
No. Like you know how they say they cleaned up Times Square and it used to be porn and everything and stuff like that? Well, cleaned up isn't they just put a new type of garbage in there. And that's what it is. I just look and I see, like, I'll see some guy. I saw some guy that was obviously from another state in the Midwest somewhere. He's standing there. He's got a fucking handful of money. And there's 5 stuffed characters around him pointing at his money with one hand, one guy, and then individually pointing at each of the stuffed animals. And I knew what was happening right there. No, you have to pay him. You took a picture with all of us. So they're just shaking down people in there. And it's just, I hate them. I hate the person that's being ripped off for getting ripped off.
Well, the ripped off one, is that they taking the picture with the kid or whatever?
Yeah.
And
And
they
then
got
they
a tip.
They have to, they have to tip
They have to tip.
as if it's
the-
voluntary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Meanwhile-
a sign there that says that,
And-
too.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a sign.
Meanwhile,
What
you
they'll
would
do-
not.
What they'll do is let's say you're going to get a photo with Mickey.
Yeah.
Then everyone who's around
Yep.
will jump into the photo.
And then you take the picture, and now you owe all of them.
yeah, now you owe 6 people.
It's all scams going on
And
in
you
there.
technically don't have to get. You can actually just walk away.
You don't have to give them anything.
People have been assaulted for walking away.
In Times Square.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, the
you
puppet
wouldn't
army
let
gets you.
wouldn't let your fucking kids near those stuffed guys the second they took their head off. It's Tony Montana's under the fucking thing.
Some
It's just
people-
gangsters.
Some people think that they're part of Times Square. Like, oh, this is nice. Like when you go to
Provided
Disney
by
World
the
and-
city.
Exactly. Oh,
I
this
never
is
even
nice. They
understand
provide
why
that.
people go to Times Square. Once you take a picture of where the ball drops in fucking New Year's Eve, it's just what you're going to go to Bubba Gump's Shrimp.
It really is not
Get
the
outta
same
here,
as it used to be.
Bubba Gump's Shrimp.
You wouldn't go there?
No.
Why not? It's just like the movie.
It's
Yeah.
the movie's playing. Like every time I pass
Is it?
by it, I just again out loud I'm like, who the fuck is going in this shithole?
The M&M store you don't go into? I want to go in there, but
People
I'm afraid
take
I'll eat too much candy.
pictures of the. People take pictures of the sign, the big neon, like it's a
Very
screen. Big,
architecturally impressive.
Yeah.
great architecture.
you
Go
take
to
it
the
for
Empire State
granted.
Building. It's
We're,
great.
We're big applers. You
Right.
take it for granted because we're big applers, and we're big appling all the
Big
time.
applers.
Yeah. But somebody from another place, I mean, they don't get to see this stuff.
I don't know. It's just people are trying to work. Get out of the way.
You don't think it'd be fun
That's how I think.
to go into Bubblegum Shrimp and just start listing off the possibilities of different shrimps you could have?
I wonder how many people do that.
I
Get
bet a
on
few.
and start reading the menu and go, watch. Fried shrimp, or popcorn shrimp, or shrimp scampi. Look, I'm like Bubba. I wish you were dead. They're terrible.
You don't think that the wait staff is like, oh, this guy's actually quite clever?
Ugh. And then in between that, there's just bums. Bums are back. The bums are back with a vengeance.
They really
are. And then since that maniac drove down the street and killed that girl and ran a bunch of people over,
Right.
they decided to put the police big giant NYPD concrete blocks on the sidewalks, and you got to walk in between them.
Yep.
Which isn't that much of an inconvenience until you add the bums sitting now on the concrete blocks. So now you got to walk between bum feet
Right.
as you're walking down the side. I can't stand it.
Who wants
You know,
that?
there's a guy.
Bum feet.
There's a guy who gets. Oh, that's what Oscar Pistorius had. There's a guy who is at my subway stop who he smells like piss. And literally, I'm surprised I didn't get beaten up for that one.
Yeah, you should have.
But he has like one of those big like the front of his pants looks like he has a 30-pound water balloon. Like, what the fuck is that?
What is that?
It's almost like, it's not like a dick bulge. It's like some kind of a giant tumor.
You ever watch My 600-Pound Life?
Yes.
That's like they show them naked because nothing shows. They're
Nice.
covered by their own flesh in the shower, and you see where all those things are and what they are. They're just big rolls of giant fat.
They don't look good.
No.
It couldn't not elephantitis of the ball.
I don't know. It might be,
Elephantitis.
dude. It
That's
really does look like
legit,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
We
one of
have
those things as a kid
we
that was
should-
always so funny.
We should
Get
take
elephantitis.
we should take a break.
We have we have to
Whoa.
break and
You take breaks here?
Yeah.
We do.
Wow.
We do.
We do
That's
a
not
couple.
allowed.
I know, right?
And we have a guest coming in.
Yeah.
And-
You want to say?
yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, Artie Lange's coming in.
He's
Oh
already,
my
he's already-
God, he's
That's-
great.
He
Yeah.
wasn't the mystery guest. He was already booked.
That's fantastic.
And
I
then we
love
were like,
Artie.
oh shit, we're gonna have
love
Anthony
Artie.
and Artie. That's
He
a great
is a
show.
funny motherfucker.
Yeah, so we have until 11. Yes, Denny.
Where's Artie going to sit?
That's a great question. Maybe Artie will have to come in on Monday.
Maresca's giving up his seat.
Oh, there you go.
There
All right.
it
I was
is.
thinking that Artie had to come on.
You know what? Or
Gonna let
maybe
him sit out there a while.
I'll go. I got work to do. I'll go.
All right.
I'll go.
So we have.
Danny.
Well, what can we say? Anthony Cumia is finally back in studio,
love this.
approved as a
Yeah.
guest, and
what can we say? Thanks for joining us,
So
man.
much fun.
It was
Couldn't
good
be
seeing
happier.
You could say
well,
that.
Well, yeah, you should stay through the break. I think.
Oh, please, of course.
I would hope you'd stay. And what else we got? We're going to Montreal next week, and I got my fucking.
Hey, you want to come with us to Montreal?
I would love to.
Come.
I missed that right after. I was like, oh, I'm so glad they, after I was fired, they didn't, in protest, you guys didn't go to Montreal and do the comedy. It was kind of nice.
That's what that was. It was solidarity.
And then it was like, oh, they did go. Yeah. And I had to listen, and I'm kind of like, I'm hearing stories and all the comics that were there, Billy Burr and everybody. And I'm like, oh, this is great.
Believe me, it wasn't as fun.
It wasn't?
No.
That's what I want to talk. When we get
I'm so glad.
when we get back, I want to talk about like all the stuff that, especially early on, I would imagine that you heard about that sounded like this amazing thing.
Yes.
While the rest of us knew it was just the same bullshit as always.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know about.
And we'll be back with. I can't believe I'm saying it. We'll
Yes.
be back with Anthony Cumia.
Yay!
More Jim Norton and Sam Roberts after this. Welcome back.
You saw me do it.
Counting. Jimmy goes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Watching you work that board's so cute.
Well, Sam, I know I'm getting better at it, but I didn't have any formal training.
No, of
everyone
course
else has had formal training, or Sam as an intern, they trained years ago. I've never trained, so I kind of learned on the fly, as we say.
Yeah.
I never had any formal training.
But they showed you.
There's not many buttons on it.
There's
I
only a
mean,
few.
Yeah, it's pretty much just insane.
But you got to ride the.
It's just down for quieter and up for louder.
Yeah. I don't know why I would pause for so long after that. That was an error on my part. Wow, I never saw this little camera right here. Is that new?
That's new.
Ooh.
That's that's a 360 cam they just threw in here to see what they got. Anthony Cumia is in studio. By the way.
Yes, it's a very special day.
It's a very
so
special
happy.
day.
I was
Yeah.
just looking at Twitter
Yes.
during the break,
Are
and
they pissed?
people seem very happy.
Yes.
Very happy to hear us all yapping together.
And anybody that is not able to because you had to run into work, we're replaying, at least for the time being. It's not going to be forever, but we are replaying from 3 to 6, so you can catch it if people who haven't heard the whole thing can catch this afternoon. Too.
Yes,
And we're on
indeed.
demand.
And we're on. Oh yeah, on demand. I keep forgetting on demand is the
Yeah,
big
get
thing.
that app out. Get us on demand.
Yeah, I just forget.
Yeah. It happens.
Jimmy,
It happens.
I fucking just forget.
you're hilarious.
Have you seen what Sammy Sosa looks like now?
Yeah,
Did you see him with his?
looks like an upstanding citizen. I saw that. What the hell? Remember years ago though, like
Yes.
even during the McGuire Sosa thing, that was he was kind of lightening up, and people were like, "Hey, is he getting lighter?" And then he disappears for a while. He comes back, and he's
Yeah, now it's crazy.
very, very light.
You
But
expect me to believe McGuire hit those home runs because Sosa said so? It's the only time I can do it. Does he have vitiligo, by the way?
No, he's also wearing the pink suit with the pink bowler hat.
Is that what he's doing? He's
Yeah,
doing that
that's-
look.
What's
Yeah,
he
look-
doing it for?
Look at people are saying there's a lot of self-hate involved in the Dominican community and
Oh
all this
my
stuff.
God.
Is there?
He's saying that he uses lotion to soften his skin, and it just happens to also, I guess, lighten it a little bit. He says
Yeah.
Is that makeup he's wearing or is that his skin?
that's his skin.
It rubs the lotion on the Dominican. Does this whenever it's told. He, I think he took his melanin and gave it to OJ because OJ's a lot darker than he used to be.
How do you get a tan in jail?
In jail. You're in prison.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out in the yard a lot.
Would you have him on your show if you could? We've agreed we would.
Sosa or OJ?
OJ.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd hire the guy.
Yeah, the way Sosa looks now, OJ would try to date him.
We've had some.
Hire the guy.
I'd hire him in a second. When everyone else says no, we say yes.
Yeah. When your bank says no, champion says yes.
When everyone else in broadcasting says no, Compound Media says yes. We were actually in a meeting with Anthony Weiner.
Were you?
Wait.
No.
Wait.
No.
No.
Hold on. You didn't even get it.
You got something, Chip?
No, I know
Yeah.
where you're going.
Say it again.
We were actually in a meeting with Anthony Weiner.
You got anything?
Anything?
No,
Chip, you were the one that stopped everything for the.
You asked me.
I thought you had something.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's I get it.
Weiner. What about Anthony Pekka?
Fuck yeah.
There's the joke, Chip. Fuck. Next time.
God damn it.
Next time, you're good.
But the Anthony Weiner thing did not work out?
No, it didn't. But
I guess we
think
know
it was
who your co-host won't be then.
because
That's a
Anthony
clue.
was a little delusional, I think.
Oh no! Yes, I've said that before. So wait, did you actually meet with him too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
how
did.
was he? Pleasant
Yeah.
to you?
He's a weird guy. Not I
Yeah.
don't have to say it. Like he can't concentrate. He's very jittery. He comes in with the baseball hat and the sunglasses on because he's a scourge, I guess. But we sat down and talked about him doing a show.
Well, he's also wanted to be the mayor and eventually the governor. Like he was a power-driven guy. He was a good
Yeah.
politician.
Yeah.
And now he's looking at himself like I'm meeting with the guy who showed my penis photo, which started the beginning of the end.
Great.
You know, the funniest part of the whole
full
thing
circle.
was I just took a shot and I emailed him and I said, hey, not sure what you're going to be doing, but if you'd like to have a voice and a platform, we would be interested in having you. And I CC'd Anthony on, Anthony Cumia on the email, and afterwards I texted him, I'm like, there's absolutely no way. And he emailed me back.
Yeah.
So him and I got together and we met.
Nice.
Take a little few photos.
Yeah, a couple of texts back and forth.
Laying in bed with your rods through the underwear and his son in the middle.
I admire your work.
Creep.
I didn't like that Anthony ruined that picture by being in it.
Shit.
And then, we agreed to meet, the three of us, and we went out to lunch, and we discussed having something on the network. And it's not that it didn't come to be, because we were going to continue talks, and then
it really kind of got bad for him.
right.
This was before.
I don't give a shit if he's sexting and getting kicked out of his fucking job and divorced and everything like that. But then when it was like, oh, wait a minute, kitty porn charge allegations and stuff, it's like,
all you need is two of those on the network.
We do draw a line.
Amazingly enough, there is a line, and amazingly enough, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's something you got to be. You just
That's
don't
just
know.
it. Yeah,
It's crazy.
everybody. We would be like, I could literally have OJ on sooner than Anthony Weiner at this point.
Did he know that you guys leaked the photo? Did it come up in
It
conversation?
didn't come up in the conversation, but I can't imagine he didn't know that.
Yeah, the first time when I met with him, and he said, so this is Anthony from Opie and Anthony. And I'm like, oh, this is where he says, like, how the fuck do you think I would have anything to do with
so
you
much
guys?
bad stuff has happened since then that's worse than that.
Yeah.
Because he could have survived that. He literally could have survived
right.
that.
If it was just that.
Just
I
that,
could
dude.
see
He
him
was
getting
coming
pissed.
back and he fucked up again. But that
Right.
was survivable.
Yeah, and he said, you know what? I really like those guys. And I was like, wow, maybe we have a shot at this. And,
Wow.
And when we sat, the three of us, and they started talking, I mean, we know Anthony can talk to anybody.
Anthony, yes, we do know that. Yes.
And I sat back and I watched them, and we offered him his own show, but then we talked about even them doing a crossover together because they were very comfortable
Oh
sitting
my! What
there
a
and
great
talking.
show that would be—a
of
wiener
course.
and a dickhead.
So
Yeah. It was odd. It was weird.
It is
like,
odd,
that's the
right?
guy. He's sitting right there, and you're like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
There he is. And and this was during the campaign. The Trump campaign and everything, and when the news was coming out about him and his computer and Huma and Hillary.
Did you ask him about any of that stuff
Not really, no.
that you can discuss?
He brought up some of the stuff. He's just like, my computer is nothing. Like, he actually talked about his computer. I'm like, oh, he's talking about that thing, the computer that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
You didn't ask follow-up questions, though? When somebody, I feel like when I'm having a conversation and somebody starts saying things that they're not supposed to,
Yeah.
I just jump in like, you opened the door.
Now
Yeah.
it's
Now
now
I
you're on.
pounce. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like fucking Mike Wallace.
Yeah, that's
If
right.
He was retarded.
I wish he was like Marcellus Wallace. and a dick in him.
Yeah, so that was weird. But over the course of doing this, we've talked to some interesting folk.
Yeah, who else
You know.
has been a near call? Because I know you did manage. So you missed Anthony Weiner.
How
you
about
managed,
Spitzer?
You managed to land Eastside Dave.
Eastside Dave McDonald.
Oh.
The Eastside Dave show is, I don't even know what it is still.
Right.
I watch it. It's like some kind of twisted, nightmarish version of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Where they destroy your set.
They destroy my set. Yeah. He gets a producer. Here's how Eastside Dave picks his producer for his show. When one producer leaves, and it's usually they're fired on the spot or there's a fight or something, whoever's sitting in the audience, he'll pick a new producer.
From the audience.
You know who his producer is now?
Oh.
No.
Big A.
Oh, wow. That's so
Big A
great.
is Eastside Dave's producer because
for Big A.
was there and kind of got up to protect Eastside Dave when his previous producer got up and flipped the desk over, looking to kill Eastside Dave McDonald.
Well, I hope he doesn't need his producer to talk about a stop set. It's gonna be a long break. So Big A is doing it now.
Yeah, Big A's doing that.
Why'd the guy
Yeah.
flip the table? I mean, I understand Dave can probably get to someone if he's trying to.
The guy fancied himself as a stand-up comic, so he got up
yes.
there and started doing some stand-up comedy. And Dave did not find it funny.
Dave objected to it.
Dave let him know
he did?
that it was not funny. The guy got pissed, said he was going to start kicking Dave's ass, and Dave said, back and forth, go ahead, fuck you. And that was it. He came over and flipped my $8,000 desk over.
Did it break?
A little bit. They
can't-
fixed it.
Did you charge him?
We have text messages saying that he admitted to it and he would make restitution, but we haven't really seen the
No real restitution.
You have yet to collect.
It's like saying, oh, what? The video guy here is going to get paid?
Right.
What?
Paul.
Oh,
I heard that one, too.
he never got
Yeah,
any.
he was supposed to make a few bucks.
Really?
It didn't come
scratch.
through. I didn't know that.
It's funny.
Never
I
came
actually
through.
just sent Paul a check because of some stuff he did for me for Comic-Con.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, a little stuff. He wouldn't name a
very
price.
nice.
No, but you
Nice
got to
of you.
pay a guy who's doing a little something. I felt bad. It took
Do
so long.
ya?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot Dog has earned a little bit of money for doing wrestling things for me.
Yeah, you got it, man. These guys are doing some stuff.
I see you on that WWE every so often there,
be on.
Sammy Roberts.
As a matter of fact, I'll be on the WWE Network this Sunday.
You can't do that.
Oh.
I'm going to need you to do something.
That's too bad, unfortunately.
You can't do that.
I'll be busy at the Battleground Kickoff Show
Oh, really?
live at 7 p.m. Eastern
Sam's
on
very
Sunday
good on that.
on the WWE Network.
Is
He's very good on it.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan going to be there?
He won't.
No?
He's alive though. We're
But
not
he
starting
is
that
alive.
bit. Yeah.
No, not that bit. Oh, God.
Yeah.
my stepdaughter and her boyfriend are big wrestling fans.
Oh.
And when they found out that I am friends with the likes of Sam Roberts,
Come on.
it was very, very exciting.
Really? They like Sam?
Oh, they love Sam.
Which disgusted
That infuriates me.
Yeah, it disgusted Keith as a guy who's known me since I was an intern helping him with homeless people.
Oh, right, that's true.
During the shopping sprees
Yeah.
and stuff. And now,
Yeah, the homeless shopping spree.
Now
The
this.
little intern.
Yeah.
Boy, how you have climbed that ladder with just a mass of bodies underneath you.
yeah,
You really do leave some shit in your wake.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah, he's been moonwalking over fucking skulls on his way up.
yeah. We didn't rise peacefully.
That is amazing. I look around and it's like, okay, I see Travis over there.
Travis dog.
The Travis dog and Sammy Roberts, Jim Norton. It's like that's pretty much like it.
From the original.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the original.
There's really no one.
From
Yeah.
57th Street.
We got Garrett.
That's right.
Stinky
love
from
that.
NEW.
But he was
Garrett.
not part of this show.
No, but he was over. Who was he working with?
Jay Thomas.
Jay Thomas.
Do you remember
He
the
was on
song?
Jay Thomas
Da,
show.
da, 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 Awesome Garrett. Remember
Yes,
Awesome
the
Garrett?
Awesome Garrett song.
From that's from 2001 maybe.
Oh my God, so long ago.
Awesome Garrett.
He's great.
Yeah.
Love,
Yeah, I'm
love
happy to
having
see him
Garrett
right
over
while we
there.
are.
We've
He seems
always
happy.
had fun. Yeah, he's just a good guy,
He
funny
is.
guy. I could talk to him on the air, and he doesn't just sit there. You know,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Did you ever panic when you doing your own thing and it's like it's all you? I mean, Keith is doing it with you, but I mean, like it's like your network and what like you like. Oh my God, it's gonna collapse. It's not gonna make it. Or you get to a point where you're like, all right, it's cool, man. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, early on, you know, it was, I don't know if this is going to work. It was such uncharted territory. So, yeah, now, though, it's moving along, knock wood, very nicely. And, you know, things are happening. So I don't have that whole, you know, oh, my God, it could collapse at any second kind of thing.
Right.
But, yeah, doing the show alone isn't that tough either. I like doing it alone sometimes. I like the shows by myself, just be able to bullshit about anything. Like Alex Jones, and then I do InfoWars.
That's amazing you do
I
that.
do Alex Jones' show every other Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. He leaves, and I take over his show for an hour.
That's incredible.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You're doing Alex Jones' show now, right?
Yeah.
Have you
Mm-hmm.
looked any more closely
Yeah.
at building siete, which is Spanish for 7?
Oh, my God. Building 7.
Yes.
You know, the fire
'Cause
department was told to stand down.
Because I remember at one point a lot
Yeah.
of the theories
Uh-huh.
that were brought up being whimsical, almost silly.
Here's my take on 9/11. A bunch of filthy animals decided to get on planes and crash into buildings. That's it. There wasn't any conspiracy.
Did they know?
There what? What?
Did they know?
Did the American government know?
The American government.
Well, of course. The CIA planned the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Don't be
There's actually-
stupid.
There's actually footage of that. One of those guys who allegedly died. He's a pilot in another airline now.
Oh, okay.
Computers haven't picked that up.
Is that right?
That would be
Yeah.
a little nerve-wracking,
Wow.
looking in the cockpit and being like, "Oh, the guy looks
Yeah.
looks familiar. Where did I?"
Yeah. Jesus, I hope he knows how to land. Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, doing the Alex Jones thing is hilarious. It's
But
like
you're-
nonstop. You have to talk. There's like segments. There's a 5-minute and a 10-minute and an 18-minute segment where it's just looking at that camera and rambling for 18 straight minutes. And I mean, not conversationally. You're just liberals, globalists, and once it's done and we go to break, I'm like, I have no idea what I was even saying.
Does he have bullet points? Because it is amazing that Alex can do that, to look into a camera and like just to be able to go. I mean, it's like fucking incredible to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
It's not an easy
No.
job because it's after we're done, it's exhausting. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
Jesus, and but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a totally different thing than doing my show.
Sure.
And it's like right after I do it, I go to do my show, and the difference is just stark. But it's so much more relaxed doing my show, and that is all pumped up. And
How long is this show? Every day he does his show for how many hours?
It seems like 12. He's just yelling at globalists and fucking contrails in the sky. And I guess he does a 4-hour show. Wow. So it's 12 to noon to 4, something like that. And like I said, every other Thursday from 3 to 4, he leaves. But it's funny. He's like, all right, taking over now for my show is Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia from Compound Media is going to be on here, so take it away, Anthony. And I'll be like, all right, boy, did you see on the news today, Fox News was actually saying that Jeff Sessions went, Anthony, let me cut in here. I was just eating my lunch, and I wanted to say, I heard you talking, and I'm just cracking up. Anthony, I was just pouring my chicken noodle soup out of my thermos, and what I think is that the European Union... so you know,
So
it's
great.
maybe it's 3:15 to 4. I get to talk.
I mean, it's so great that part. I love that partnership. The you and Alex Jones partnership is after all these years.
I prefer if it was with Jim.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really
It's
is
amazing.
hilarious.
But your opinions on various conspiracies have not shifted terribly.
You've had Lionel on the show, right? You
Not
guys
this version.
had
Not
Lionel?
this version.
No,
I like
not yet.
Lionel. but
I
I've
love
never-
Lionel. He's out of his mind too.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Because he was on and he's very articulate and concise and he researches things, but he believes that aircraft in this country are spraying shit out, and that's what the contrails in the sky are, the vapor trails.
Okay.
He honestly believes they are trying to change the atmosphere, putting stuff in the atmosphere to block the sunlight and trap in the greenhouse gases or something. And he believes that. And I'm like, so you're telling me that airliners, with people on them every day are doing these covert missions. Where are the tanks and spray nozzles?
Yeah.
Where are the people to go, hey, I'm just going to Pittsburgh. What's spraying out of this wing? But he honestly believes it. Things like that, those conspiracies, I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
It's fun to listen to, and it's amazing that people can talk about them so much.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones, you have to say, is a real genius. He's a bona fide genius because
God,
to be
he's
able
so-
to, whether
yeah.
you're right or wrong, to be able to be interesting and talk that much.
Yeah.
For that long, decisively, without a whole lot of none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he's got more to say. Like, there's a brilliance to that. For your mind to work that well.
Yep.
If he was talking about football, he'd be Scott Farrell, who's another genius. To be
Yeah.
able to talk about sports that well for that long, I'm sorry, it's fucking. You're a bona fide genius to do that.
He's like impassioned for
Yeah.
every minute he's on. He's just on 11 yelling into that mic. And now you look at what he's yelling about, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
What is there?
Have you met him physically or no?
Once a while ago, but no.
He's in Dallas, right?
He's
Texas?
in Austin, I think.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah, he's in Texas. If I ever go down there, I would love
I want to meet Alex
pop
Jones when
in.
I'm down. I'm going to do a gig down there, and I don't even care if I do a show. I would just like to meet him.
Do you know if he knows? Because he's like a comedy fan. Do you
Yeah.
think he knows you as a comedian?
I don't. I know he knows me from the show. He would
Yeah.
recognize my name just from Opie and Anthony. I don't.
I bet he knows you as a comedian. I bet he's.
We have a lot of similar friends. Oh yeah, the whole Ventura thing, where him
Oh,
interviewing.
right.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he's friends with Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse hasn't been on his show, though, in a long time.
He hasn't done this one either.
I'm off the grid. I'm off the grid, and I'm doing a show to tell everyone I'm off the grid. I live in Mexico every 6 months out of the year. I move to Mexico to get off the grid.
Julia, he's the most on the grid, off the grid guy I've ever seen.
He really does pop up to let you know that he's not going to talk
That
to
he's
anybody.
not.
You can't track me down.
Yeah.
Really?
You're
Let me
6'8".
Google. Yeah.
You're all over the place.
6'8".
No one's looking for you, Jesse. You're fine where you are.
With, of course, his riffraff hair.
Yeah, he
I
can't.
didn't
can't
like
look
that.
at him without thinking that.
Yeah,
at
I
that
really have
moment.
put a label on him that he's never going
Oh,
to shake.
Never. Well, no, he's going to shake constantly. You ever see him?
Yeah.
Let me tell.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's-
is he a disaster?
He certainly is.
Yeah.
But I would love to have him on again and interview him. And I
Yeah.
think someone told him, like, hey, man, those guys actually turned around and said that they believe that you were wronged. I believed him in the Chris
With the
Kyle
Chris
thing.
Kyle.
Oh, really? That
I
Chris
tended to-
Kyle was bullshitting or something?
Yeah, I believed Chris when he said it on the show, but after Jesse, when I heard Jesse's explanation, sometimes you just hear someone explain something, and when we heard Jesse on Alex Jones explaining it, he just sounded like a guy who was telling the truth.
It was mind control from the HARP system in Alaska.
Oh, was it?
I was a fighter, a Navy SEAL. I wore a feather boa.
What a tool.
So speaking of stuff that happened here, what was you're talking about the comedy festival?
Yes.
That happened 3 years ago, like right after you got fired.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck, I want to go to that so bad.
What was the stuff? Because I think if I remember right, when Foo Fighters came in here, you were pissed.
I would see the guests that were coming through here, and I was like, where the fuck were these guests
right.
when I was on the goddamn show?
Arnold.
I thought of you
Arnold.
with Arnold so bad. I was like, God,
Arnold.
fucking damn it, do I wish Anthony was here for Arnold.
Fucking- There was so many I would listen to, and I'd be like, oh, God, I would just
Ah.
like go on about fucking like one movie, one character, the most obscure thing. Like that's the shit I used to love doing. With remember when Dennis Quaid called in, and all I would talk to him about was the movie Bill, that fucking horrible movie he made in like 1980.
You didn't think that was good?
He was a kid, but he was cracking up because he's like, who the fuck even remembers this? Mickey Rooney played the retarded guy, and he was the guy that helped Bill. He was doing a documentary on him. And he's like, how do you even remember this? I'm doing the lines from the show.
We had him in.
Shatner came in, and I was doing the Wrath of Khan scene through the glass.
window.
Like that shit. And there's so many guests that have been on your show, and on the Opie, whatever that was called at the
knows?
time, whatever day it was, that I was like, fuck that. I would have loved to have talked to that person.
Well, now that you now we can give you some advance notice of guests, and if there are people you would like to interact with,
That's true.
We can have Anthony as a guest
Yep.
come in, and there's plenty of
Awesome.
people. I would love to have Anthony. I was fucking miserable when Arnold was here. I was like, fuck, that was perfect.
That, yeah.
But he'll be back, you know?
Oh, my God.
So to speak.
How was he'll be back.
He was promoting a good movie. It was called Maggie. It was that weird.
Oh, I saw that with that kind of indie kind of zombie
He was
thing.
great
with the
in that,
chick.
man. He was
good.
fucking good.
Maggie. Yeah, it was great. I liked that one.
I loved him in that. And we've had some, I say Roland has done a great job.
Really great job.
Getting us the guests. And the 10 to 11 hour a lot.
How does he get guests when he's in HR all the time?
That's a good time.
Ratting people out.
Fucking
ratting people out.
Snitch-a-rooney. I think because this hour's when they're done with like Katie or Kathy Lee, whatever the fuck they're doing, and Hoda.
They do Kathleen Hoda. They do
GMA.
live with whoever's left. They do GMA Today Show. Yeah.
Oh, really? So they do the rounds.
And then they come here.
At 10 to 11, we get some great ones, man.
That's awesome.
That's why Jason, I had to tell Ellis that, because Ellis wanted us to move up an hour.
Jesus.
I'm not getting up an hour earlier.
And I told him that it was.
I tell him there's two reasons. I don't want to get up an hour earlier, and we don't want to lose these guests in this hour. It's amazing.
You
For me,
think
it's
he would
more
like sleeping in because, all that action and skateboarding
I'm friends with Jason Ellis.
is tough for an older guy.
We made up.
You did?
Me and Jason.
Well, I'm friends with
Give a
Kevin
shit.
Pollak. You guys gave him a beating. Sometimes we just got to take it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where like the hours are so, you know how it is, man. Like the longer you go in life, it's hard. I just turned 49. Getting up in the morning after doing stand up at night, my body does not recover. And I know, boo, fuck you, fuck. You're right. It's an easy job.
Boo, fuck you,
But dude, I went to bed. I mean, that's just me in the mirror.
Yeah.
I went to bed last night because the GNR was so late. I went to bed at like fucking 1:45, 2 o'clock. And
Yeah,
I
me
used to
too.
do that all the time. Remember we were on 6 to 11?
Yes.
And I would go to bed
my
late,
God.
and I'd get 4 hours a night, and I would be loopy. But again, it was you and Opie, and I was chiming in, so it was a little bit of an easier gig than this is.
I'm still
For
young.
you. Come on, it's all in good fun. I would. My schedule here was insane because I would get
Drink.
done with the show. I would drink
A lot.
I would get done with the show and then go home and nap, which was really sleep. It wasn't even a nap. It was
Right.
it was the night's sleep in the afternoon.
Yep.
Wake up. Hang out at night, whatever, go out, party, fucking have people over the house, whatever it was, and then take a real short nap between whenever I went to sleep and had to get up again and come here.
Your schedule gets
It
so
was-
flip-flopped.
Yeah, crazy.
So 8 in the morning is more for you to be hard because for driving I'm taking mass transit.
yeah.
But now fucking getting up at 7 and being on by air is a way to like live and I can do it and not be fucking crazy.
It's also that last hour, though, because I don't give that much of a shit about the schedule. I do whatever you wanted to do, obviously.
You don't
but
mind waking up.
I don't care about
Yeah,
waking
for me
up,
it drives me. I can't do
but
it anymore.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to give up
Fuck that, man.
10 to 11 hour because, like you said, that's when all the guests come in here. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
at first I was like, yeah, let's move to 7 because I don't give a fuck. But then I went over and looked at all like the big people we've had in, and 90% of them come in between 10 and 11 in the
So
morning.
you got to be here.
You gotta be
at
here.
at that time.
It's just when they're in the building.
I picked a very scientific method to figure out when I was going to be on the air because I am on from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, you are.
Monday through Thursday.
It's a great
It's
shift.
an amazing schedule.
And,
really
and
is
I
great.
figured it out because I was like, when can I be up? Pretty much it. I think you really have to be a complete fuck up to not be able to be in by 4.
Which, by the way, is ironic that you say that because I think the last time we were at your place, we were recording at 3:30 and you were late.
Yeah, well, yeah,
right. We were doing one of Anthony's vacation shows. We came in.
Yes.
And Ann was late.
And you were late.
to my own house.
Yeah.
No, well, that was the thing
No,
when
and-
we
Oh,
were
at the
doing
studio,
it
yeah.
at the house. 3:58.
No.
3:59.
I would run
I'm like,
down the stairs with my pajama bottoms still on
Oh, my God.
to do the show because it was like, yeah, I'm home. I don't have to.
But you,
no traffic.
You figured out, though, you were like, as long as I can start the show at 4 p.m. and I do the show,
That's it.
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
No problem.
Well, we
here.
finally thought it would be better to get a studio in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would actually leave the house.
Right.
And
yeah.
have some type of interaction with humanity.
I used to love those early Compound days.
Oh, yeah.
When it was like, because my dad would watch and he'd call me, because he watches everything, and he'd call me and he'd go, "What's going on with Anthony?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, I love him, but like I was watching today, and he said that he went to the bank and he did a half hour on going to the bank because it was the first time he's left the house in 4 days.
Oh yeah, I would just not leave the house. So it was kind of nice. I am taking the Long Island Railroad in.
Much better. It's much easier, dude. You adding years to your life though without fucking sitting in traffic.
Yeah, that could all be taken with a stabbing. Jesus, those people.
Is the traffic bad coming from Long Island?
No, it's not bad. When I leave at like 6 or 6:30 or whatnot, it gets a little dicey.
So that's why you do the
Dicey.
train.
Oh!
But it's oh my fucking God.
Oh, here comes Artie.
Come here, you mother-
My name is Artie Lange, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hey!
What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Shit.
Artie Lange coming in.
Yes.
Fucking Artie, man. You look, you
I
lost
know,
some
right?
weight, buddy.
Yeah, Artie looks thin.
You lost some weight.
Well,
Where do I
thinner.
go?
Oh, I was going to say hello to you.
Yeah, sit right here.
Oh, come here.
That was very
Come here.
God. First supposed to ever get up.
You look thinner, dude. You making a conscious effort?
I was in the hospital. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I've never done radio before. I was in the hospital for 15 days and push me off on Dilaudid. You lose 80 pounds, but I'm a slice of pizza away from being John Panette. Dying at a Sheridan.
Dude, keep doing it. You look great, though.
Thank you. I look Dilaudid. You mean?
We gotta keep doing it.
No, you're right. I mean, I came out and I start. Let me put the headset.
Yeah, it's true. You're gesturing with your water. Oh,
I'm
no.
Italian. I came out and it's always like I go through that 2 weeks. Like that's it. I'm gonna kettlebells.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick them up. When I was 15, I lifted a weight one. This is a true story. I lifted a weight one time in my life. I did a curl. I put it down. I said, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, well, you just did it to get the fame.
You see, you don't fuck with Norton. I have my
Unless he got a
reputation.
dick.
I feel like I'm in a family intervention. My reputation. The woman does it. This is from the hospital. I swear to God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't become
Bruises
Keith
and
Richards.
whatnot?
No. And I forgot that I always wore like a long sleeve shirt. Which is, junkie alert in July. But, I feel good, too. So I missed an interview with Chris Christie. I overslept with an interview with the governor of New Jersey today. I was supposed to go to, when you do Caroline's, I don't know if you've done that, Jimmy.
Oh, many times. Please, I'm a fan favorite. I love it. I can see the curtain when they draw it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
When they cut the room in half.
Aziz showed up. He wants to run his Wembley Stadium set. He wants to do it till 4 a.m. Okay. Can someone tell my cousin Tony to go home? You do, because I'm a sports guy. You do Boomer and Carton, and I guess Boomer left. And
he left, you mean, for good?
I think he did, yeah. So they're
Really?
auditioning guys, and one of them is Chris Christie.
Oh, shit.
I've heard he's not a bad sports guy because he
Yeah.
loves sports.
I
did
played
Francesa's
I've
spot.
heard him on the fan, yeah.
Yeah.
I played a celebrity softball game with him, and I was sitting next to him, and I looked like Sarah Jessica Parker. He is so chubby.
So wait a minute, why'd Boomer leave? I didn't hear that.
I think he realized he has $20 million in the bank from football. Like, what am I going to have at 4 a.m. to match wits with Carton?
Were they not getting along or no?
No, I think they were. I think he just wanted to move on,
I like Carton, man. I like those guys. I did the Boomer roast.
Great
you on that.
sports. Yeah, we were. No, you weren't there. I was there for something else. We did Anthony Bourdain, but no, they are like great. They're a great sports team.
They are.
How long were they together?
Like 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
I'm going to make an assumption here. They hate each other.
Oh, do you mean that can happen and people won't know it?
Yeah, believe it or not. You can listen and think everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know anything about that personally, but you have 10 shots of wild turkey and call your boss a pelican, and everybody gets We tried to make up on Twitter, and I think when I said, "Hey, at pelican." So I had I could go in and talk to the governor of New Jersey, which would have been a feather in my cap, and I overslept.
Oh, my God.
And here's the caveat: I made an interview on time last week with High Pitch Eric's podcast.
Oh my
I was
God.
on time for that.
You made High Pitch Eric and Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, but you missed the governor.
Yeah, so that's just a typical example of my life. It's like, I should just quit.
When are your Carolines, by the way?
I don't know. I was supposed to plug it this morning. I forget.
All right, let's say
no, August 4th through the 6th.
I got
August-
third through the 5th.
3rd through the.
All right, so
August 3rd through the 5th.
Somewhere in that zone.
yeah, so go on the 6th, you won't see Artie, and go on the 4th, you'll have missed the first night, which would probably be the best. 212-757-4100. Artie will sell out. He always sells out. August 11th, Carnegie. Oh, that fucking place that we did together. Did we do that together in Pittsburgh or no?
No, but I'm doing that. I would love to do it again with you because we had fun in Tampa. We had Tampa together. That's
right.
When you guys were gonna, Rob Kelly after the gig tried to get me to play in a band, and I said,
Oh
no.
shit.
Oh, is that when he was doing?
Drumming? Yeah.
Yeah, Bob was doing the fucking gig for Dennis Leary.
Oh, the FX thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he was a great drummer after like 2 weeks of playing the drums.
Yes.
Meanwhile, he did a drum off at the house with Fred from Brooklyn, who, by the way, lost toes to diabetes and still played the fucking drum better than
I'm gonna have to talk to him in a support group soon. But
Oh, shit.
Bob should call himself Keith Moon because he's an ass.
Keith Moon Pie.
it's great how like guys in this business get money for no reason. Like that one guy built Fenway Park in his backyard because he met he sold Tim Allen Coke in 1982 or something. Became his manager. But like guys are Fred from Brooklyn.
Yeah. He's one of my poker
He's a
buddies.
listener though.
Yeah, he's one of my
Okay.
poker. He
He's like a
plays
real listener.
Poker
Yeah.
down at the down at my house and stuff like that.
Those guys who call the show oddly have money. You wonder why they have money. Like Fred from Brooklyn. What are you doing? It's 10 o'clock. You've been waiting for 4 hours. It's
They have
weird.
cash.
Yeah, they do. So, like guys from Tampa who come to shows in flip flops. Like, why do you have money? And why would I go?
They figured it out.
Yeah,
I don't
They have
know.
a wife.
Maybe it's called a work ethic. I have no idea.
You ever do that when you're flying though? Like you'll be in first class and you'll look and you'll see somebody.
Calm down.
But I'm saying that because like you look at them like how the fuck is that?
No,
Believe
right,
me, they're saying that about me
Yeah, that's
too.
you that they're saying
Of
it about.
course.
You realize that? That's so funny.
Oh, man.
Mad TV. I'm gonna match you for asshole name dropping. No, Mad TV. Quincy Jones produced it. He invited us to a party in Bel Air. Guy produced Thriller. And out loud, I said, not even kidding, you have a built-in pool?
Built-in pool.
Like anybody in Bel Air is an above-ground pool.
I said that once to Tommy Lee.
Yeah, you do have to assimilate when you start making 80 grand a year.
skimmer.
You know what this reminded me of? It's so funny. The greatest thing about this business is funny people. And this is starting to remind me of the Matarese thing. With me, we triple team Matarese.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
And what made him think we weren't going to goof on him?
I don't know. When he starts reading off cue cards in front of 11 people in a fucking.
And then you're going to ask us for life advice?
Yeah. So what do you do in a situation where we fucking unloaded on him? I
Why
felt
not?
bad.
Why not?
Yeah.
But they, in fairness to Joe, they gave Joe such a big. It's like Joe just didn't know how to handle that.
No.
And he actually came clean. He goes, "Yeah, I fucked up. I didn't do it right." Like he admitted that he fucked it up. Like he didn't. He's not holding fast.
Right,
He's
right.
like, "Dude,
Yeah.
I should have." He realized that
Shouldn't
he
have
fucked
invited the three of us.
And when he admitted he fucked
just
it up,
went with it.
When he admitted we were very comfortable with agreeing with him.
up. Yeah, he did fuck it up. But I'll be on that night on stage, which that was one of the most fun nights I've ever had on stage. In all of my years of doing stand up, that going back and forth, one of
was
the best
great.
nights I've
That
ever
was a
had as a
blast.
comedian.
And I never made
So
less
much
money for being more funny.
We got nothing. Dude, I've never destroyed harder for free.
You
and then gotten
were in
scolded.
particular on fire.
No, we all were, but I got scolded for it. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Guys,
kill on your show.
I really wanted life advice.
Hey, come on, guys, you're laughing, but John Bonet is still dead. All right, good point. Thanks for straightening us out.
And John Panette, too.
Yes, and she'd have been pretty hot by now, I guess, right?
Or she could have went
Ramsey?
the elfin look the Olsen twins got, which was very
Right.
disappointing, or like really fat.
Yeah, they turned out to be aliens. I don't
I
know
look
what
like
the
John
fuck
Bonet in Little League.
Yeah, he got, poor Joe got a world of shit for that.
And he should have. He should have.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on, man.
You're supposed to know how to handle those situations when you're a comic.
That's
like,
very true.
Why people pay to see you on the stage,
Right.
right?
You know, if Joe Buck has a live show on HBO, you should say secondcock.com in front of his children.
But Joe Buck loves you.
everything.
He loves you.
Well, I think part of it was that. I think he was doing some damage control. Like, I don't want Howard to rail on me, too, so I'll say I love Artie.
Were you on Howard? Oh, okay. Were you still on Howard when that happened?
Yeah. And, Howard loved it. It was just evil. But I wasn't trying to be evil.
Have you guys had no communication? I don't know as much about the Stern world. Nothing, right?
No. I stabbed myself 9 times on heroin. He called once, and he said, listen, take care.
Wow.
No, it was like I think he planned. I think he wanted. I think he already made up his mind that he wanted to do this politically correct show, and I didn't fit in.
Okay.
To Gwyneth Paltrow coming in and talking about her green drink for 2 hours, and I'm the shirtless grimace a foot from, like, show us your tits. And I think he never wanted harm to come to me, but I think heroin did the job for him. I couldn't go back for a while, and we talked once, and then Jeff the Drunk Curro called me in rehab.
Did you see him at Robin when Robin was in the hospital?
No, but I went to go see him. I just missed. I talked about Curro or Howard.
Oh, Howard.
No, I saw Howard. That's the only time I saw him. He didn't plan on seeing him.
Right, just there.
And the security guard was a fan. It was so funny. Like, I walked up, he goes, he's up there, you know.
Oh, shit.
And I said, really? And I went up there, and we couldn't. We laughed for like 3 hours, like this bullshit, like we were on the air again. And then he, I think he just planned on. He has the ability to do that, but I know what he's talking about. I mean, I became a full-blown junkie on the biggest radio show of all time. And that doesn't help, the news. But I've never been funnier asleep. I was always... Kathy, I think I told you this. Kathy Griffin came on to talk about how she cried when she told her mother that she got nominated for an Emmy. And she was crying, telling the story. And right in the middle of it, you hear an audible snore from me.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I said, Ma, I've always been dreaming to tell you this. Dad passed away, but I got nominated for... Holy shit. I've never been funnier than that, awake.
No, I mean, but the idea of falling asleep on a morning radio show, I mean, like, you just can't comprehend. Oh, yeah.
I did that too, Artie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they left me there.
And both shows are not exactly the Z Morning Zoo in Des Moines.
It really
a
is.
lot of people are hearing you do
Oh,
that.
my God.
But your name was on it. It was like, that would be like if Howard was falling asleep. That was your show to fall asleep on.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll be honest.
Thanks for adding that in.
Us leaving you there was really fun. That was one of those things that was just funny.
And I talk in my sleep. I've had girlfriends say I talk in my sleep, and I'm like, whoa, like, that's when the honesty comes out.
Oh, shit.
And all of a sudden, I'm Anthony Cumia in Times Square.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of honesty coming out.
I've had girlfriends say I talk in my sleep. Like, you're reaching in my panties yelling, where is it?
You punch your mother in the face? No, I want to.
People wake me up and think Mark Furman was asleep.
How about I should say, when Kathy Griffin's interview's over, wake me up.
Isn't it amazing the real fucking mental patients involved in radio? It's crazy.
Well, I was just saying, like, with Howard, you have the same waiting room as all of us, as the Christian channel. So you'd have naked Beetlejuice talking to a nun. Literally going, let's get drunk.
Yeah, thank God stand-up comics are so much more stable.
It really is the same crazy people.
It meshes, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just, but radio guys because they have to talk for so many hours. That's why there's all this infighting, because you got 3 hours to kill. A guy says something, you got to respond, and then all of a sudden
I would say to you, we talked about, I would say to you, like, you would always you would do gigs and you would do sets at the Cellar on weeknights, and I go, we'd see each other in the elevator. How are you doing that? And you're like, well, I'm just living healthy, right? I mean, I would marvel at you doing a set at like 9 o'clock at the Comedy Cellar.
But I would also marvel at you. I'll be coming in with Artie, and I'm just as tired, and he's on heroin with sunglasses, and I'm literally bumping into him on the elevator. I'm like, wow. We both made choices, and it's the exact same result. We're barely making this fucking show.
Somebody's got to liven it up around here.
That's so true, man.
It is true, yeah. Like, we ended up here. I really can't believe, like, I'm lamenting about the fact that I missed an interview with the governor. The governor.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
that's,
You'll get it again. You just do it again.
Well, I might need to make a phone call to jail one day for some sort of reprieve.
Yeah, no, it's good to have the governor on your side.
Oh God, yeah.
When, you know.
Yeah, he has the pictures I have from that celebrity softball game, and just an enormous ass. You can't.
Oh,
there's
that
no
was
other
that
way
the one
to
where he's
describe.
got like the camel toe?
Oh, yeah.
And fucking
Yeah.
he looks like a Tweedledee.
He's got male camel toe.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
long
someone
is-
should have told him before he walked out of that fucking dugout.
Yeah, I guess I could.
That's not. You could have told him.
They're crushing him everywhere. I mean, there was some guy like last week. He was filling in for Francesa, and some guy called him a fat
called up.
asshole. They were booing him at the Mets game
Mets
this
game?
week. Like
Yeah.
just everywhere he goes.
Well,
he's
fat
hated.
asshole could have worked for Francesa too. It's interchangeable. I had a joke too. I was going to say, you got me off heroin for a week. My drug dealer was in the Bronx, and there was like for 3 days traffic at the bridge.
There's the picture.
There
Oh,
he is.
my
Look at him. He's
God.
got good. Look at him.
You don't go out in those pants.
And he-
Jesus
We're looking at
Christ.
the camel toe.
Didn't he used to play baseball though? Like there's pictures of him in a
In
baseball when he was
Livingston,
in college or
in
whatever.
Livingston,
Yeah.
New Jersey. Yeah, he went to high school with Chelsea Handler.
That look only is good in baseball if it's black and white and you're running in fast motion.
Yeah.
on the fucking bases.
Yeah, he has a fucking Babe Ruth body.
That only works if blacks weren't playing yet. You could get I don't know. He was funny to talk to. He was trying to be like hip and cool, and he told me.
Yeah.
He told me he went to high school with Chelsea Handler. I said, "Any funny people that come out of that high school?"
Was it going to be sports or just
It was going to
anything?
be some sports, but then he's like this big opiate thing,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that would have been fun to get grilled on that.
Oh, he was going to ask you about it, you think?
Yeah, I think he wanted to.
That's fair. Yeah, good for him to not avoid it.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you ever get another partner, Opie and Anthony.
Opiate and Anthony.
I said
That would be.
that would work with a camel toe. I don't know if he really wants that job. Does he really want a job in morning radio? I think he's
think he kinda
auditioning for the
does.
job. Yeah.
It's weird. It's almost like if you could imagine having the responsibility of being the governor, and then you can just go on and talk about whatever you like.
But it's the same thing we were talking about with Wiener. Like
There's a segue.
Yeah. Hey.
They want the power. Like there's a power to being
That's
on
what
the
it is.
radio.
They
every day.
just
There's
want
no
to
power
still
from
have a
governor.
voice.
What more? That's an interesting contrast, though.
They want to have the voice still.
Yeah,
and
they
be
want
able
people
to,
listening to them.
Yeah, listen to me.
Yeah.
It's a narcissistic thing, politics.
Sure.
See,
Yeah.
you guys were more blue collar. Howard did love like that, going to Danielle, the French place, and getting a table and shit like that.
Oh, that was obvious.
Yeah. You guys could have got into Chili's anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I still felt cool about it. Oh, look, we're getting a table at Chili's. This place is full. Yeah, great.
One is Mijou, we have your table, the other one, yo, motherfucker!
Yeah, this really was like the gutter swamp fucking.
Well, I said, like, some of Howard fans had jobs. It was the morning. You guys were the hardcore.
Oh, yeah. They
Keep
were
you on your toes.
animals.
Keep you on your toes.
What was going on between you and John? Because I was with Stuttering John at the Comedy Cellar one night, and he's sitting at the table, and he's telling me how he's going to kick your ass. He's sitting there and he's going, if Artie walks in that door, I will fucking kick his
Was
ass.
he kidding or no?
No.
He was pretty serious. And then he left. So we had gone downstairs. Bill Schultz was hanging out. I think we went downstairs to watch the show. And John left or got kicked out or something.
Man.
And then I go back upstairs, and then here comes Artie.
Yeah.
Artie comes in, and I'm like, fuck, man, that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
If
would've been right.
he
Yeah.
still was here. I would like to see that. What's the
just
beef
on
there?
It, just on it. He can't take it. He dishes out, but he can't take it. He always thought he wanted that chair. So from the beginning, there was tension. And
Your chair, you mean, on
Yeah,
Howard's show?
it was Jackie's chair, I guess, at the time.
Yeah.
But and then I think there was like sort of a thing going on there, and then we started doing the road together, and he had a very competitive thing, and then on the air at my podcast, we were talking about how El Chapo looks exactly like.
Yes, it really does.
And so I started doing it. I did a 2-hour bit stuttering Juan. And I'm like, I gotta move a cable. I gotta move a lot of coke. For 2 hours, it was like my Cumia, I'll put you. I'll put it. Call me Paul. And, El Chapo coming out of prison and getting a job interviewing other kingpins. Pablo, did you ever actually fought another dealer's face? And he got very mad at that.
That's so funny.
Could you imagine him getting mad at anything?
That's so
At
funny.
anything. And then you have to do a mea culpa with him. Oh, I love you. I love you. It's always I love you. I love you. I love you. Let's not, because when he gets in the battle of the wits, we would all beat him. Florentine, me. It would be like, we would throw no hitters against him on the road. And, I'm like, stick battling Hypercheric or, KC.
I don't know where it got to the physically.
He wanted
wants to
well,
punch
because
you.
he's half Puerto Rican and half Danish. I always used to. Did you get any of the Danish? Did you get any of the fucking Danish?
all Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but I you know what's different? I love the guy. I have a lot of. We have stories where he's like an endearing guy.
Yeah.
And he could, when you're on a JetBlue flight with him and his hair is in your eggs because he falls asleep and he still has the long hair. It's like, how do you not love a guy?
Yeah. Well, he on Twitter said, I hear Jim and Sam are bad mouthing me. Can you call on Twitter?
He's going nuts.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
John, I texted him. I'm like, we're friends. You could have just texted me. What the fuck? Why did he badmouth you?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna badmouth you on the radio. What are you talking about?
Right, he's one of those guys. He's almost like a fan. You know when you meet a fan, and this is indigenous to some Philly fans. They meet you and they like you because you're blue collar. I like you because you're a regular guy. They basically are saying I like you because you're a loser.
Yeah.
And then you talk to them for an hour, and then as soon as you go, well, I got to get a cab. Oh, Big Chuck can't take a subway. They turn on you and you think immediately.
Taking off.
John's like that kind of, but he's like a coworker. He's really. I love him. I want to say publicly, I love the guy, and El Chapo does look like him.
He looks exactly like him. Twitter. You can't go on Twitter though and take anything that they say about other people talking about you and stuff. I just tweeted something. Someone goes, Anthony, you should go out to California, go on Joe Rogan's show. Right. And I tweeted, I go, well, I guess I have to do that. The motherfucker won't come on my show when he's in New York. And
why is that?
Obviously, that's look. He's busy. He's this. He's that.
But in New York, though,
he loves you.
Look, he's busy.
He
I
loves
don't.
you.
No, I know that. And I was totally kidding when I wrote that.
Right.
Like I
right.
would never. I've only written nice things about Joe. I love Joe Rogan. We have
But it's
a lot of fun.
context with Twitter. Yeah.
But they see it and people are like, oh, now you got a fucking problem with Joe Rogan. I'm like, no, I'm just fucking goofing
it's
around.
a written telephone game, and they want to start a feud.
That's what they want to do. Like Esther Koo, I guess, was on Ellis's show.
Yeah, in LA,
someone sent a video and goes, oh, man, Esther and Ellis are ripping you apart.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then you listen to it and go, there's not a second where she's ripping me apart.
No, Esther likes you a lot. She
Yeah.
also likes me very much. She's a fucking good egg.
Yeah, I like Esther.
Yeah, she's
But
awesome.
they want to
who that
start
is.
fights.
Who is that?
She got a great little body on her.
Have you
she's
ID'd her?
No.
No, is she a comic?
she's a comic.
Yeah, she's funny, man. She's really.
Oh, right. And
didn't
she's a
mention-
comic.
yeah.
Hey, chicks.
Is she
What are you going
is she a like? Oh, I've got some coke.
How many condoms can you fit up your ass? What a funny fucking bit.
Stuttering Juan, and that ruined my relationship. A dumb pun.
That's such a funny fucking bit, man.
But he what makes it work is El Chapo looks exactly like John.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, the first time I saw his picture, I was like, what the fuck is John do? What did John do?
It's John with business sense.
It looked.
But you're right. How funny if John attacked me in the middle of a crowded comedy cellar?
So it would have
and Dan
been.
Natterman's breaking us up.
Dan Natterman.
How long did I miss him by?
Minutes. It was minutes.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been great.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, oh, fuck.
Should have kind of found him.
Yeah.
Look who's here! Look who's here!
Could you take him?
I don't know. At this point, my body's ravaged. In 1986, I think I got to tell you. Now it's like,
I guess he was also pissed that people were making fun of his run for Senate.
Okay, stop right there. Okay. Stuttering John.
Yeah.
The guy who used to ask Ted Williams Yogi Berra if he ever got hit with balls in the face. The guy who said to Melanie Griffith, "How's your father Andy doing?" Okay, the guy who asked the astronaut Tom Hanks played if he ever ran off a batch in the cockpit. okay, wants to run for Senate. And as comedians, we're not allowed to make fun of that.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Grow up, man. I mean, what would you do? That's terrible. I mean, come on. That is, yeah, we're going to make fun of it. And I'll make fun of it again.
But comics and radio people, we said this before you came in, all fucking mental patients. Like, we all have weird Achilles
But
heels
are
of what
comics-
gets it. It's just crazy.
Are comics as sensitive? Because radio people are super sensitive.
Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, comedians are, but we just don't show it as much. We don't have 4 hours a day to talk.
And
Right.
the funniest
your set is
guys.
built in.
Yeah,
the
that
funniest
is-
guys are.
I'm trying to think who's more like twisted, weird. I might think comics are, but radio people can be really oversensitive about things.
Well,
yeah.
you know
Get
where,
butthurt.
Yes,
you know
really
where
easy.
radio guys get on the weird side is the women thing. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like low level radio guys like in Wyoming who want to fuck the chick who works at the tire place,
Right.
Where she's and it looks like guys have started motorcycles on her chest, and they never got laid, and they get weird. They get weird.
Yeah,
if they get
yeah.
to a bigger market, it becomes they're in jail forever eventually.
Yeah.
But comics, I think, get a little more, I don't know, cynical and jaded, and don't do weird shit like
That's
that.
true. Okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah. More jaded and cynical, right?
I think radio guys are more insecure about losing their spot because like there's
In Cheyenne.
If every
there's plenty of comics, but like you can just go be a
Dude,
comedian,
every
right?
3
It's not a-
months, your job is in jeopardy when
Right.
the ratings books
That's
would come
right.
out.
Right.
It's like it drives you batshit.
Well, my first ratings book at Howard, I didn't realize this till one of my asshole buddies pointed it out. I was a big fan. He goes, you know, Art.
Well, hold on. How are you saying that?
Okay, let me start again. The first ratings book comes out, and I'm happy I got the job. And my buddy goes, you know, the show can only go down. And who's going to get blamed for that?
Oh,
right.
shit.
So that first book comes out, I'm like, oh my God! Thank God it was fine. It was #1 again. But if it was #4,
Oh, man.
like someone, like Tom Giasson's going to come in and go, what's different?
Yeah. Oh, you'd have been gone in a second.
Well, yeah, you know, it's like, but I guess it was steamroller.
That was the most nerve-wracking thing in terrestrial radio was the ratings coming out. And you'd be like, all right, can we... Oh, and then you'd hear, well, our demo was good, and this
that's
they
awful.
oversaturated this Harlem with books, so the fucking rap station did well. But and then you're just like, do I have a fucking job for 3 more months? You fuck.
That's why people don't understand. Like, there's nothing to worry about at Sirius unless you
Yeah,
go crazy at Times Square.
Yeah,
There's
speak for
nothing.
yourself. Yeah, guy. You're talking to the two guys who had something to worry about.
Did you have to wait at security at the desk like I did today?
4 hours. The times they are changing.
Things are fine if you don't photograph a woman or treat your chest like a pincushion.
Yeah, you have to try really hard to get that ratings book anxiety at Sirius.
I'm tearing Smirnoff labels and pouring them in the water at 48th and 9th at 5:45. No one will smell this.
Holy shit.
But it is amazing what you can get away with in this job too. Like just in being a performer
yeah.
of some sort, man.
Absolutely.
We get
It's
more
funny,
shots
you
in
know, you know what's hilarious? They were basically saying you could say the N-word on air, but not off.
Yeah. Yes. I just told him earlier in the show. I
anymore.
got kicked off. I got kicked off of Twitter recently, and
What a badge of honor. I would love that.
just get kicked off of Twitter.
Yeah.
But when I got fired from here
Yeah.
for what I tweeted, Twitter didn't kick me off then.
Right.
But
Well, you're
and I
moving
got
up.
fired for it.
You're
Right.
moving
But-
up.
Yeah, I'm moving up.
I love if someone thinks they're going to make you mad if you're a comic for 30 years. They go, I'm defriending you. Well, I'll barely get down that 4th Sicilian slice.
You got really worked up about it.
Yeah, you're defriending me at baby shower?
Unfollow. I get that sometimes too. Unfollow.
Total boycott.
Yeah.
I'm selling all your DVDs, really?
Oh, you blocked me? Oh, real freedom of speech guy.
Do you know what's really funny?
Too. Like, but what your freedom of speech to call me a fucking lump of shit is something I should deal with?
Well, you can't be
father
mad at
was
the
a-
universe.
My father.
fucking Jimmy.
My father was a low-level mafia guy. If he found out I had 300,000 followers, he'd punch me in the face. Or remember when friend wasn't a verb?
Yes. I'm going to friend you.
Yeah, good.
Blow me.
Cool. Tell it to Matthew Perry.
It does, it's funny. It does get to you on some level. Somebody said they did something very funny to celebrities. Somebody said that they would go to celebrities and just tweet blocked at the celebrity who never followed them, and it would annoy them. Like, people would go like, why? What are they?
Like Antonio Sabato probably really gets mad at that.
That's playing on their insecurities.
I've been blocked by a few people. Nancy Grace is the main one, and I don't even blame her for blocking me. Like, she was the one celebrity.
She was like, bombshell tonight. Jim Norton block.
Was it after her appearance on your show?
No, it was way before that.
Oh, what happened?
I had bashed her many times publicly. I think she sucks.
She started crying on your show, right?
No, not crying, but she kind of just walked off. She's got a gig at Sirius now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we can cross promote.
Yeah, we should get her back on the show. She called us. This is like our third week of doing the show or something, and she went on The View and said, "I didn't know I was going to do an interview with Beavis and Butthead."
Oh, nailed!
Yeah,
because you're
hilarious.
Because your demographics watching The View. I do the obstructed view.
Yeah,
she would get on the fucking on whatever show she was on. What was that? CNN.
The Pig Hour.
And just be like, Tot Mom, another episode with Tot Mom.
Just
Casey Anthony, big tits of hers.
Boy, she's with her lawyer, dude. Right? She's dating a lawyer.
I know. I could have fucking got her. I bet
she's dating
in a
lawyer.
second. I'll just be like, Joe, keep the kids away.
That
for
would
a
have been
while.
great, by the way. You should have done that.
Oh, invite her over. Because she was looking for a place to live for a while.
She said,
I got room.
No, I remember you tweeting.
Casey Anthony was
tweeted.
well, she was thinking of it, but she found you were too emotionally unhealthy.
You know what's great about Nancy Grace? She's like 72. It would get your average of chicks you're fucking.
It really
age.
would. Yeah.
Get up your average age for St. Peter's.
No, not Nancy Grace. Casey Anthony. I want to fuck. The baby killer.
I'm sorry.
Not Nancy Grace.
I
Nancy
apologize.
Grace.
I apologize.
Thank you.
someone
Thank you.
disgusting, like
Probably the
Nancy
worst
Grace.
insult you've ever given me. That I would fuck Nancy Grace.
Wait a minute. Good one, Needle Nose.
Shit. Yeah, she. I would. I have no problem. I would absolutely, if the things happen, I would fuck Casey Anthony.
What if she was? What if
I'd
she was
have her
found,
over my house. Who cares? I don't have
What if
kids.
she was found guilty? She's found not guilty.
Oh,
right?
I still wouldn't care.
He'd marry her. If she was found guilty, he'd marry her.
Yeah.
By the way, let me not
My
forget
cat in the
plugs.
pool.
Anthony Cumia every day, Monday through Thursday on Compound Media. Of course, as you know, you can catch Eastside Dave, Gino Bisconti, and Aaron
Gavin
Berg.
McGinnis.
Gavin McGinnis, yes. I forgot Gavin is a great
Talib
show.
Starks, our black guy.
Pat Dixon.
Pat Dixon.
Pat Dixon does the New York City Crime Report.
And Anthony's new Twitter is Anthony Cumia XYZ. Of course, Artie is Artie Twitter on Twitter.
Artie Quitter.
And August, here in Caroline's, August 3 through 5, go to artiequitter.com for his dates. But Caroline's, Artie's going to sell out.
We're calling these the no curtain in the middle of the room shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 212-757-40. Just don't forget. I just
I'm
wanted to make sure we're
definitely going to
plugging properly. We'll still keep chatting. I forget to plug sometimes.
I'm so going to that.
I am too, but I haven't seen you live in so long. I want to come and see your new set.
You're going to have to wait the next show. I'm going to see Gilbert. I see 1978 John.
Oh, Christ. He is so... That show you guys did... together, it was the live version of his podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was Caroline's also.
Yeah, it was that guy kicked off the festival.
God, yeah, kicked off the It was so fucking funny. Like hurting laughing funny.
Well, he really is. Have you ever done the road with him, Jim? Like a real show with Gilbert, where you guys are co-handling or whatever, and see how he really.
Many years ago, I've gotten to know him from the Comedy Cellar. I've driven him home a lot, and I've just spent time talking to him. And it's so. And then upstairs, how are you?
Yeah.
He could turn it on. I mean, if you were watching, if you were in whenever it came out, 91, you're watching Aladdin, and you go, the genie and the parrot. One's going to commit suicide. Which way would you predict? And he really has a sweetness to him where, I think he's so funny. He came with me once, and he really is as cheap as you in Brazil. But he really is. The cheap thing is not even exaggerated.
No, he's a chiseler.
I picked up. I picked up his bag because he was just standing there waiting for me to pick up his bag. And a zipper was open, and all these non-dairy creamers.
Oh no!
From a diner that we had eaten at, just went all over the like he wasn't even embarrassed by it. He just started laughing hysterically. He stole like 50 creamers, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this.
What are you gonna do with them? He's crazy. He's a fucking pack rat.
Yeah. So
Wow, that is, that's
but
a whole nother thing.
when we get
It's not
together-
about the creamers at that point.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not, right?
When
No
we get
way.
together and tell stories, it is fun, man. I'm glad that
Oh, yeah, and he knows everything about like old movies and
right
actors.
And so do I. I have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So that
Lifetime of wasted youth.
I didn't even know that was in the festival, that show. And it won best. The Village Voice voted the best show in the festival.
It was so. If you were there watching that live, you saw something amazing. It was so fucking funny.
But
man.
you know, it's like, I do have new shit, but like Jim, like the Trump stuff. Like, what do you do? Like, where do you stop? Do you even do it? Like, it's such a beach ball. I do too. It's such a beach ball coming in. It's like what? It's so crazy. It's easy.
What
and
do you
hard
joke
to
about
write.
his hair, right?
I
You tell
I
him to
really
do.
go. I open up and I go, "Oh, careful! The president might fire everybody." Oh, they laugh.
It's really funny.
Like, what do you do? It's almost like it's hard and easy to write that.
Yeah, everything has been exhausted with it. It's like there's what new angle are you going to get off of Donald Trump?
No, I don't kill him on stage. Like I make fun of him a little bit and some of the stuff he said, but I also say that I don't hate him, and then people, if you're going to hate him for the right reasons. And I try to call out a little of the bullshit in the anti-Trump stuff. Like, I think a lot of it is just they think they're supposed to. So I do it that way.
I mean, it literally is, and that's ballsy too, because I do it the same way. But I think it really costs people work. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off so much is the hypocrisy of like it costs people work, acting jobs. It's just saying you kind of like them. You know?
I've seen people just back away in fear from a conversation.
Right.
On my show, comics will come on or somebody and be like,
I hate that.
I'm not gonna talk about that.
Why not?
'Cause they're petrified.
Right.
Yeah, like I can't even blame them though.
Yeah.
Like,
the
because
part
it
of me is
really
like,
does fucking
man
happen.
up. But you're right too. If you're just an actor, not a comic who could create work,
Yeah.
it's a legitimate concern. You know.
Yeah, for actors it's hard. We talked about this. Who do we have in? We talked about the acting. Fucking Steve Gutenberg was in yesterday.
Yes.
And it's just
Big piece of his.
Well, quite frankly, no matter who's
Got a big
president, it's going to be hard for him to get.
I hear he has a big, juicy, heavy cock. I hope I didn't say that too gay.
He does. Him and Jack Warden took a schwitz together, and they did the old joke, like I'm sorry. I look like Foster Brooks.
Your water has too much ice in it.
I like it cold. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
So supposedly Jack Warden and him were at the Friars Club, Gutenberg, and the Gutenberg did the joke where let's see who's longer, and he said, "I'm only going to pull out enough to win."
He told that story, but it was about Milton Berle. The true story is Jackie
he did
Gleason said that to
the
Milton
same
Berle.
joke, but Jackie Gleason was not in the contest.
No, he said that to Milton Berle. Milty, I heard he said Milty just pull out enough to win, and I believe it because he was like a guy's guy, Jackie Gleason.
Oh yeah,
he didn't want fucking broads around. Like he wanted to hang with the boys and smoke.
Probably hadn't seen his cock since the 40s.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
true.
He probably was like, fuck.
It was with Foster. It was with the guy from F Troop. That contest.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Do you know I just met him? I went to the Gilbert screening. I did an interview, and you're fucking finishing show business when you get cut out of the Gilbert documentary interview.
Yeah, I was there too. Larry Storch is doing
Larry Storch.
But you mean the other guy?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's the other guy.
Yeah. The other guy had a huge dick.
Forrest something.
Bob Crane.
Yeah.
No, he was from Hogan's Heroes.
The two Indians.
Bob Crane from Hogan's Heroes did. Remember, he would film himself having
really?
sex.
Bob Crane had a big dick?
Yeah.
I thought he just was a perverted motherfucker.
No, he had a big cock, and he would film himself fucking girls, and he got killed in some weird circumstances.
He had a tripod. I know that.
Yeah, he was beaten to death with a tripod
By his partner, the guy who used to, go and get the girls with.
Do you know how awkward it is to hold a tripod and beat someone to death? It fucking keeps folding on your hands.
Well, first of all, if being on Hogan's Heroes is not enough excitement for you.
Right. Just think, though, like what he would have thought of today where you just hold your phone up and take video.
God.
Like he had to break out equipment like a production was going
He'd
on.
be Scott Peterson today.
Yeah.
He was what a weirdo. Like I read,
he was a weird guy.
Autofocus is a good job by Greg Kinnear, and I guess Willem Dafoe plays the other guy. But some of the creepiest scenes I've ever seen in my life, like how bad do you want an Oscar, Greg Kinnear? He just starts jerking off. This is really hot, and I'm going like, no. I'd say to the director, no, I quit. I quit.
Yeah, I can't.
He was actually doing it.
Yeah, he would go in there and he's like, this is really hot, and Willem Dafoe. You can almost see Willem Dafoe, the guy who did anything, going, I don't want this part.
Yeah, this is too creepy.
Yeah, that's.
If Willem Dafoe is saying it's too creepy, that's fucking creepy.
I did this awful, shitty movie called Boat Trip with Will Ferrell and Cuba Gooding, and we shot in Cologne, Germany, because of money. And there was a scene. Me and Will Ferrell play gay guys.
Cologne, Germany. It smells good there.
Oh, Chip.
We exhausted
Hold
that
on.
show. And I said to the director, they were giving me $20,000 for the day, and at the end it says Artie kisses Will and Artie kiss on the lips. And I said to the director, listen, don't waste your time. I have Italian uncles. I'm not kissing any guy. I pulled the Kevin Hart. And
Kevin Hart, what's that?
Kevin Hart said he would never kiss again. Like almost got into a fist fight with the director for making him kiss a guy. Really? And I have that same homophobia. So I said I got no problem with anybody, but I'm not going to kiss Will, and I know Will will do anything. So don't get me over to fucking Cologne, Germany, with 2 layovers, and give me 20 G's and expect me to do it. We go to Cologne, Germany. I got a layover. I'm on the Autobahn with Vivica Fox and her gay assistant, who made me hate gay people more. You got a man! You got a man! Oh. Just the two of us on the Autobahn. We get there, and sure enough, it comes time for the scene. He goes, "You're going to do it, right?" I said, "I told you."
Oh, shit.
I said, "I'm a guinea from Jersey. I'm not kissing him on the lips." So Will, for an hour and a half, is on camera trying to kiss me on the lips. And he's pulling me towards him. And film is going... They're wasting film. And finally, they let him kiss me on the cheek. And at the last second, he got me on the lips. And
that's a fucking hot story, dude.
Yeah, but
am I the only cock that's not soft in this room right now?
But thank God there was an intern in the shot, and they couldn't use it.
Wow, there you go.
I said that's karma.
Do you know Will Smith said he regretted? I think he said in 6 Degrees Separation he wouldn't kiss the other actor, and he said that was one of his regrets that he wished he had.
He agreed to suck in the movie. I'm kidding. He's a very good actor.
That was a good movie. I got bilked one time by someone who said they were Sidney Poitier's son.
No.
Come on. You?
He's kidding.
I'm kidding. I'm just being cute.
Oh, I got
It's funny,
you.
someone says that, and you look up and you realize who said it. He's kidding.
Because he does get bilked by people that say they're other people.
What
Yes,
a
I
good
do.
move, though. A great move, because you're playing on that, like, rich white people guilt and, like, and he was always the black guy to go to. Like, well, I'd like Sidney Poitier. The question was always, would you want your daughter to marry Charles Manson or Sidney Poitier? And I go, of course, Sidney Poitier. So that was what a great fucking move on a con man's part.
That was a great movie, too. And who was that? Stockard Channing and Donald Sutherland were in that?
Right, yeah. Stockard Channing, right before she started to look like a wallet.
I really bought her as a high school student in Greece.
Yeah, really.
You can buy her now.
Yeah. Hey, don't give me a kiss, Kinnicky. I'm in menopause.
What a great reference. I actually stopped laughing to say great reference. I became Steve Allen. Kanicki. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she was a little too. But then again, Olivia Newton-John was in her fucking 30s.
Yeah, but she...
Now she looks like she was born in the 30s. What happened to her, actually? She got some disease, like Crohn's disease or something.
She had breast cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know if
What are
she's
you
still
gonna
fucked
do?
up.
So I'm glad I made fun of her for
I think... No, I've seen her in interviews recently. She's still around.
Yeah, she still looks.
Good. Good.
Did they find her husband who disappeared or some shit? Like
Yeah,
he tried to.
she had some crazy. But the weird thing, John Travolta is equally attracted to her now as he was then.
Yeah, exactly. He actually jerks off thinking about her husband. Like this. Poor Johnny T. Hey, you want to work out together? Yeah, it's good. It's 3 o'clock in the morning in fucking Dallas. That doesn't seem fishy. Sit in the steam room with the guy from fucking Greece.
Holy fuck.
Like you're not chasing pussy if you have time to put a pilot uniform on and land the 737 in your backyard.
Did you ever theorize that he liked that plane because you could have a co-pilot and then you could also put it on and then do whatever you want for a little while and no one would know?
Like, if you're the only two people on a plane at 35,000 feet, pretty secure. You could suck each other off.
Exactly.
I'm guessing a
Exactly.
co-pilot too.
Reading, my cock will fall down. Put my cock in your mouth before putting it in a child's mouth.
What a great setup, though, man. If you got to fucking, you just take someone on the plane before you take off.
We're really going into this.
Sure, why not?
Snakes on a plane took less time to figure out.
Jimmy's fan fiction over here.
Yeah, what things you do on a plane when you don't want everyone to know?
How to fuck John Travolta on a plane?
He is so bad at in movies.
Like pretending not to be gay.
I remember Patrice talking about his big comeback. Like Pulp Fiction was his comeback,
right?
And it's like it wasn't a comeback; it was the only good movie he made.
Yeah,
like everything he's done since then and before them, then kind of sucked.
That's a good point. Like comeback. Usually, those guys are making good movies. Like how could Look Who's Talking To not get me something?
Yeah.
And right. He got offered. A guy like Tarantino comes along who's into nostalgia.
Yeah.
And gives him a part, you know.
And then he pumped out after that just fucking shit. That stupid Scientology movie.
And pump checks into his bank account. It's a shame, but
pump cum in his ass.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like those movies, like Phenomenal, Michael. Like, come on, like chicks want to go see it. Like, oh,
yeah, chick movies and
what
stuff.
else has he done since Pulp Fiction? I mean,
there was
Michael.
You know what he was good in? Get Shorty. He was really good.
Get Shorty. That was kind of a cool role.
Remember when he was Michael the Angel?
Oh, the Angel.
Michael, yeah,
Michael.
Ugh.
what's that about?
He's an angel.
You know enough.
Yeah,
That's
that's all you really need to know. And then, of course, my favorite of all time, Face Off.
You know what? The technology is good, but I love it. The interviews for that are so funny because fucking Nicolas Cage is so mad that he set up a great character for him to mimic. And Travolta's getting all the accolades, and like you could tell the egos of actors. Cage is really mad in the interviews. Well, I mean, I gave him he gave me nothing.
Oh shit!
Like, I mean, he really was pissed off about it.
It's like double bad because it's Travolta acting like Nick Cage.
But
so it's like
it's
bad cubed or squared.
And you think he's gonna fuck his daughter, and then like that gets creepy.
and that. But doesn't he fuck the wife or something?
How about Travolta in the read-throughs for the script? Can we make it his son?
But it doesn't fit the character. No, it would. He's evil.
Right,
Yeah.
he's terrible.
That's to digress. That's what John got pissed off. Stuttering John auditioning. He got really mad at me and Fred auditioning for the Tonight Show. They gave him celebrities to introduce. Okay, one's Nicolas Cage. He says the N-word in his audition for the night because he can't pronounce Nicholas. He says, Nicolas Cage.
Nicholas.
And he submits it. He submits that. Like, the N-word is in the...
Oh, my God.
He's got a speech impediment. He gets the single most coveted voiceover job in the history of television.
Yeah.
And he doesn't think that we can't goof on that. He says Nicolas Cage.
Did he stutter in the intros or no? I don't remember.
No, not on Leno's TV show, really.
Well, it's clear they had to retake him.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes. And he made him a writer, which was just a gimme thing.
I used to see him when I'd go out there and do on a show. I'd always bump into John.
Yeah, you were doing that all the time.
Nice guy, but, and we were really good friends, but he would give it, but he couldn't take it. That was the problem. You know?
Yeah, you got to realize when you fuck up or you do something crazy, like your friends are going to goof on it. It's part of it.
Right.
We make fun of Keith Robinson's stroke and he doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. What are you going to do?
But that's it, like busting balls and fucking
it's a lost
goofing
art.
on your friends
it's
and
a
everything.
Lost art.
Yeah.
That table at the cellar is so. It's like Yankee Stadium has a crate and barrel. You can actually have wedding showers at the 7th inning stretch. It's like, call it fucking Pepsi Field. You know, the cellar table should just be like, okay. It's a guy code table.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's not the same venom that they used to be.
Someone said the other day on my show, they were saying that this girl was angry because she wasn't getting support in the stand-up comic community. And I'm like, could you imagine?
Yeah, with the word community.
That there's a stand-up comic community.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
don't make
saw the
fun of
whole
our
thing.
own.
They never actually go on stage. It's all just sitting around talking about how they're comics and who's good and bad and judging everything. But they never actually get up because they have nothing.
I've never been wanted to be, if I'm in it, I want to be kicked out.
Right. Community.
What are you doing on the next season of Crashing?
You should tweet the community. I know. I've been like again. I was in 5 of 8 last year. I think I'm in 6 of 8 this year. So
oh, okay, great.
It's actually Apatow is feeding off what other people have found. Like I'll write my own loser stuff. You just have to watch my life. I start shooting next week. And we're gonna do. It's like the Jen has been very good to me and patient.
6 episodes. Amazing.
Yeah, so we just continue with me trying to toughen up Pete, and he tries to save me with like interventions and stuff.
I was so pissed off at crashing because I read Apatow's tweets and everything. I'm like, fucking guy. It's just like
I'm not political. He never brings that up, and I don't really care if the guy gave me a job.
But I'm like, fuck this, fuck that show, fuck that. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch it.
He hires everybody. Me and Jimmy
I watched the fucking thing.
Yes.
And
it was cool having me and you on
fucking
screen.
good.
You know? No,
I was
mad. Did you like the show?
I loved it.
Yeah, it's
I
really
watched
good.
the whole thing. I watched it all in one night, and I'm like, motherfucker, I wanted to not like this because I was so mad at Judd's like bullshit on Twitter. But
well,
what are you gonna do?
Twitter's dangerous in every way. But
Oh, really? Is it?
Unless you
Took me
get
3 years to get back in this seat.
But what's cool is like he did, like what Judd did is like it's cool that me and you have a scene together in a show.
Yeah.
And me and Attell have the same kind of thing. That part is fun, and Judd is very cognizant of that. He lets us, but I have he just lets it's a guy with power.
Yeah.
And I've been on, but he's got 4 cameras rolling, all 35 millimeter. They never stop. They shoot it like a play. So you see the difference. The difference between a guy in Hoboken who gets money from the Russian mafia to do a film, and and a guy with power, and they give him money. And executives on the set not allowed to talk.
Wow.
And that's I've never been involved with something like that before.
That was a fun scene. I'd love to do another Art if you could make it happen.
No, but you riffing at noon at a strip club and showing that, and Pete is really good.
I love Pete.
About the fact that like when comics that are peers of all of the community.
The community.
The older community now. He sort of lays back and you guys do your thing. It was fun.
That's awesome.
That was so much fun. I mean, I'd love to do it again if you have any influence over there at Crashing.
Well, guess what? There is a part. No, he's from it. He's from a very different part of stand-up, that you don't know. You realize there's 40,000 guys that you never heard of who are comics.
Who, Judd, you mean?
Like
Or Pete?
Largo.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Largo scene, there's a lot of guys. I've been a comedian for 30 years. I never heard of a guy who's got like 8 specials coming out.
Yeah, 600,000 Twitter followers. You're like, there's a whole nother world that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah. So he's part of that too. And it's fun because to a mainstream show like that coming along and falling in your lap. I got some blood work back, and it's going to be good for the last hurrah.
How was your blood work? Are you all right?
I don't know. I gave a urine sample that had a worm in it from a tequila. No, I lucked out, man. I got my liver enzymes when I went in. It was like crazy. And my cholesterol level was Babe Ruth's lifetime slugging percentage. The doctor was a sports fan. Everything went down in a day. So this operation I just had, I'm going to be healthier, he said. You're going to feel better. And you just got to stop abusing yourself, but not verbally.
Do you ever think of it though? Like, do you ever think like, all right, man, I've taken a lot of shots across the bow. I know I have.
I know.
But do you ever think of it like, man, I just gotta fucking one day just go fuck it, I'm done doing all that stuff and like just kind of move forward?
Yeah. It's funny when I've been in 3 relationships that were 5 years apiece, and you think that's gonna work until these bitches make you choose between heroin and them. No, I don't know. I think that's going to save me, and then it doesn't because it's the wrong person. I don't know. I have not figured it out. I have not figured out life clearly.
Yeah.
And
I don't think a person can save you from anything.
Right.
I do like
another. Maybe temporarily you might get your shit together because you want to keep fucking her.
A lot of my buddies are like, who went the way I would have went if I didn't get lucky working construction. They're like, they're trying to take me down with these young girls. Oh, you guys don't like the same movies. What are you going to talk about? And I go, listen, Anthony, I'll make you a deal. I have a lot of Anthony friends. I said,
I have none.
I said, I'll make you a deal. I'll talk about Animal House with you, and I'll fuck her.
Oh my God, that's so true.
All I have is comedy in a way, and like that older guy says in Punchline, I'm in love with the lady comedy.
Oh,
that worst line ever.
It is, because
God.
he's crying.
Yeah.
But part of me is afraid if I get better, I'm not even going to have that. Like, I'm just going to be an annoying guy telling you not, drinking's a dead-end street.
No, you know what? I understand that. You think that all of a sudden the demons make us funnier, like without them,
Right.
I'm not me as a comedian. If I stop fucking doing all this sexual shit. But it's not true. It's almost like that stuff blocks. Even though I've used it to be funny and you've used it, that
But I
stuff
don't
blocks.
think what you do uses. I think you're just saying, look, I'm being honest about my life, and I mean, look, Jim, what you do. There's a lot of people who would make that not funny. You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. You're able to make crazy shit funny. That's a talent,
Well, I don't want to be too funny. That's why I, keep drinking.
Wow, goal achieved.
Yeah, you could have made an exception to the rule here today.
Right. Hard to drink in the morning.
It is.
You just open the bottle. It's just as easy. When we were doing afternoons at NEW, I would have a couple of beers behind the monitor.
Why not?
And-
What are
and
you
just
fixing airplane
drink-
brakes?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, and then when we went to mornings, I really did have this kind of a. Can I even do radio without? I wasn't getting fallen down drunk, but a little buzz.
It's hard.
Was nice.
The man
and it's
mornings
like,
are hard, yeah.
But then got into it, and it was what it was. It was. We had a great time with it. But I thought
I could
that
get drunk
too.
at 7 a.m.
Oh God, yeah, that was even me at some. I can't fucking
hard.
get drunk in the morning. Can't do it.
And then you realize it's like life is all for everything. Like, if you get success in this business and you're drinking on the job, everything a guidance counselor told you is wrong. And you go, if I have a kid, what am I going to tell him? The reason you're in private school is I got drunk on the fucking air.
Yeah. I'm a high school dropout, and I would come in and talk about being pissed on the next morning.
Yeah.
No one ever told me that's going to make you a lot of money.
Here's your Manhattan apartment.
but here is the difference. Like, there's a lot of people who would really not make that funny.
You know those Chuck Berry tapes? I've jacked off to it. All right, here's a check, Mr.
Here
Norton.
you go, Miss Norton.
I
Brilliant.
would, I would combine the two. I would show my 8-year-old kid Chuck Berry pissing in a chick's mouth and going, "That guy wrote Johnny B."
We have to.
Yeah, let's wrap up.
Rappage.
And we're way over now, but what happens is we are replaying in the afternoon, so people hearing this in the afternoon are hearing everything, and then we're going to replay it Monday morning
cool.
too. This is going to get a lot of play.
Also, you know how pissed people are hearing
on
us
demand.
going,
Yes.
we do this for a living. They're at Starbucks trying to be this, and it's costing them money.
Yeah.
This is a privilege.
Yeah.
The microphone.
That was so fucking
Oh, the
funny.
microphone falls off.
Oh, he goes, "This is a privilege." The mic falls right out of the mic
It was a
stand.
mic drop.
I want to bring the room down a little.
So I guess we'll give these plugs out again.
My mic fell out of my second chin. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Artie Lange, August 3 through 5 at Caroline's, 212-757-4100.
It's the best club, man. I give it.
It's fucking amazing. He's going to be in Verona, New York. Tarrytown, dude, that gig is amazing. I've done that gig. In Fairfield, Connecticut, and also in Munhall, Pennsylvania, whatever it's called.
Right.
Just go to Artie's website, which is artiequitter.com. And of course, a very special day for us here because the great
Really
Anthony
great.
Cumia
Fun,
finally
finally.
back in studio.
Oh,
yes.
And we'll be
3
coming
years.
back in.
What a
from,
treat.
It's
It is.
it's as happy as I've ever been with seeing you walk
It was
down the
so
fucking
awesome.
hallway.
Just after 3 years of being a persona non grata here, it was kind of nice to come in and do the show. I love it.
And we will
Awesome.
make sure that there are guests that you want to come in with, and we will make sure that
Yes.
you will no longer be excluded from that. We'll make sure that you're booked on the same day as other
Fun.
people.
Right down the road.
Yep.
Love it.
And, me, go to jimnorton.com, and the new Chip podcast comes out Sunday night.
That's funny stuff,
So
buddy.
much fun.
That's funny stuff.
We just
man.
did one
Oh,
last
thanks.
night. It was goddamn hilarious.
It's barbarism.
Yeah, it was really.
that-
there were some jokes in there that are just evil.
Yeah.
It's a fun gig.
This is the most fun I've had in a long time. Sam, this was
Great.
fucking
It's awesome.
incredible.
Yeah, congrats,
awesome.
guys.
Yeah, Sammy
So
Roberts over there.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
And listen, we will see you guys. Check Anthony out on compoundmedia.com.
That's
Join
it.
up. I'm a member. I don't have to pay, and I still pay because I
I
love
pay
it.
as well, actually. I've
And
been
listen-
paying.
Thank you, sir.
I've paid since day one.
Whoa, day one subscriber.
Day one.
I like
And
it.
listen, drinking a dead end street.
That's true. That was Artie's forehead hitting the fucking table.
And with that,
We will see you guys Monday.
Yes.
I love you so much, Anthony.
Yes,
so much. I'm
thank
so
you,
happy.
people.
We will be back Monday.
See you later, guys.
Oh my God, it's over.
This has been Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. To download today's show or listen on demand anytime, get the Sirius XM app or go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand.